Oh yeah. Is it Tuesday already? Do we have to predict yet another Bad Batch episode? Wow. Do we got a lot to talk about today, because it has pretty much been confirmed by Lucasfilm themselves that we will be seeing Asajj Ventress tonight, as we got a brand new teaser trailer for this week's episode, and Asajj Ventress just happens to be in it. Obviously, Fennec Shand was talking to Asajj at the end of the last episode, but we're going to talk about all of it. We're going to give our predictions for tonight's episode and the episodes to come after this, and we got a little bit of other Star Wars news to get into as well. So what's up, guys? How's everybody doing on this fine Tuesday afternoon? Are we excited for this Bad Batch episode? Episode 9, I believe. Yes, 9, correct? I believe. Episode 9 of the Bad Batch is coming out tonight. And this is a big one. This is a really, really big one. We've been waiting 6-ish weeks, give or take, for the return of Asajj Ventress. How much will they actually explain in tonight's episode about Asajj's disappearance, her canon death in the Dark Disciple novel? We're going to talk about all of it tonight and predict what else we think is coming in this episode as well, because there's still a ton of scenes from the original trailer for the Bad Batch Season 3 that we haven't even seen yet. And we're already in the back half of this season. So what's up, everybody? How's everybody doing on this fine Tuesday afternoon? Can you smash a freaking like on this stream? Everybody, let me open up the chat so I can see your pretty faces. Hang on, let me open this up here. Okay, perfect. Figured it out. Oh, wait, what? Oh, cool. Got it. Thanks. All right, cool. All right, let me start up a poll right away, because it's still in question. A lot of people still don't think we're going to even see Asajj Ventress tonight. Let's start up a poll right away asking, do you think we will see Asajj Ventress tonight? Cheese chop. Getting angry at me back there. Tonight. Do you think we'll see Asajj Ventress tonight? Yes or no? You tell me in the chat. All right. Let's start with the title of this episode. Okay, so we're on episode 9 now. Let me pull this up here. So we talked about this a little bit on Saturday's stream, but tonight, Fearless, what's up? How we doing? Already like the stream? Okay, everybody else like the stream then. Come on. So we talked about this a little bit on Saturday's stream, but this is the episode title for this week's episode. Episode 9, The Harbinger. And we looked up the definition of a harbinger, and let's do it again. Why not? Let's just do it again. Define harbinger. Harbinger. So, harbinger, by definition, is a person or thing that announces or signals the approach of another. So they're announcing or signaling the approach of somebody else. Is this the announcement of Asajj Ventress's approach or the Empire's approach as they come closer to Omega? Here's what I think is going on in this episode, episode 9, The Harbinger. Honestly, my just based, very small scope predictions are that tonight we're going to see Asajj Ventress. She's going to come and be the Harbinger who is signaling to the Bad Batch or warning the Bad Batch that the Empire is on their way. Clearly, at the end of the last episode, Fennec Shand was using that hologram to talk to Asajj Ventress. And she was warning Asajj that these Bad Batch members have the Empire after them. So Asajj is going to go help them out and probably warn them of the Empire knowing where they are. Let's put it that way. They probably know where they are, and they're probably coming for them. And that's why in the trailer we see that the Empire is on Pabu. Let me pull up the trailer really quickly here, because we got a whoop right here. Wow, what are the chances of that? It went to this by itself. Wild. Okay, so this is the scene I'm talking about. This is the Empire. This is the clone assassin that we've been talking about for weeks on end. Who's under that mask? We still don't know. 9 episodes in, we still don't know. But we could find out tonight. Who knows? But this is Pabu. This is the planet where the Bad Batch are out of, and the Empire is here with the clone assassin that we saw in episodes 7 and 6. Right? Yeah, episode 7 and 6. So, my thing is, I don't think we'll find out who the clone assassin is tonight, but I definitely think we will be seeing Asajj Ventress tonight. I think they're still going to hold off on this whole clone assassin thing till like a very late reveal in the season. They're probably going to string him out as this mysterious character for a long, long time. Maybe even into like the last few episodes. I would be very surprised if we saw him at this point. And honestly, this isn't me just trying to jinx it, because I've been saying we're gonna see who's under that mask. We're gonna see it for weeks on end, and then we never saw it. So maybe I'm just reverse psychologying the Star Wars universe here, but I don't think we're gonna be seeing the clone assassin for a long time. With that being said, of course, tell me in the chat who you think is under that mask. Of course, tell me who you think is under that mask. But this scene is most likely happening tonight. The Empire is probably going to find Pabu tonight. And Asajj is going to be the one who comes to warn them. So let's take a peek at the trailer that Disney just released for The Bad Batch on Twitter, on the X formerly known as Twitter. So actually, before we do that even, earlier today, Jennifer Carbart, the head showrunner and director of many of the episodes of the Bad Batch Season 3, posted this. This is pretty interesting. She posted this. What's up, Rose? What's up, Star Wars for Life? How we doing? Okay. She posted this. Hashtag the Bad Batch Season 3 energy. And it's Hela from Thor Ragnarok. And Hela, of course, is one of the most badass villains in all of the MCU. But I believe the connection here is Hela is a lot like a character known as Asajj Ventress. So I think this is probably Jennifer Corbett. Is it Corbart? I think she is saying here that Asajj is coming tonight, and she's probably going to be just as badass as Hela from Thor Ragnarok. This was, how many hours ago? This was at 12:41 a.m. Wait, what? Really? Okay. That was a while ago, but we just recently got this. If I can find it really quickly. Here it is. We recently got this trailer right here. Mission. Whoops. Why is it such shitty quality? Why is it such bad quality? Hang on, let me try and find a better one here. Here we go. Why is it so grainy and bad? What's up with that? What's up with that? I don't know. Let's watch it anyway. Let's watch it anyway. Why not?
Our mission is not over yet. Just like old times,
So, that's it. About 14 and a half seconds of some new scenes, actually. So let's take a peek at this, break it down one by one here.
Our mission is not over yet.
I don't know why the audio does that at the beginning. It's very strange. But these are scenes that we saw in the trailer, but we haven't seen yet in the show. As we see Asajj, of course, who I believe we will be seeing tonight. And then Hunter saying we saw this. This was episode, I don't even know, 5 maybe? Episode 5. When they go back to Barton 4, the snow planet. We've seen that already. Have we seen that, though? Who's this? Is this? I don't think we've seen this.
Just like old times,
We definitely haven't seen this. Hunter jumping into one of these ships. So a few scenes we haven't seen yet. Probably scenes we'll see tonight. Whoa. I don't know why this... all the other scenes except for this one are brand new. So, I'm guessing we're going to be seeing a lot of this tonight. There's no reason... like, this was posted an hour ago. Our mission isn't over yet. A new episode of The Bad Batch is available tomorrow only on Disney+. And we got to see Asajj Ventress. So, without a doubt in my mind, I think Ventress is coming tonight. I mean, tell me in the chat if you disagree with me. I think it's pretty likely. Pretty bloody likely that we will be seeing Asajj Ventress tonight. Tell me in the chat if you disagree with me. If you think it's not going to happen tonight, if we will see it later on. This is Hauser on a speeder. Is it Hauser there? Hang on. Is this Hauser? I think he's on like a walker, though. Oh, no, you're right. It's a speeder. Hang on. See, this is why I love doing live streams, because you guys can catch stuff I don't. Is that Hauser? Hang on. My eyes are broken. Is that Hauser? Oh, I think it is. I think it's Hauser. So, I don't know. Oh wait, did we already see that scene then? Is that when he's shooting the clone assassin in the last episode or 2 episodes ago? No, maybe. But regardless, this is going to happen tonight, I believe. Where the hell is it? Asajj, where are you? Asajj? There we go. Boom. Asajj Ventress is happening tonight. Yeah. If you guys weren't here for Saturday's stream, we got a new member to the background here. He's a very vocal member of the people who love Star Wars, and he's very happy to be joining us from a galaxy far, far away. He doesn't like being in the bookshelf. But that's where he just has to be, you know? We're live now. There's no time for arguments. Okay. We talk about this off stream. I don't think he likes you guys too much, but that's okay. That's okay. So I think this is happening tonight. Asajj Ventress is happening tonight. And I know I've been saying this for weeks and weeks and weeks, but I am 99.99999% sure that it is happening tonight. So can we get some freaking likes in this stream? God damn. But tell me what you think. What's going on tonight? Drop your craziest, and I mean craziest, predictions in the chat right now. What you think's going on in episode 9. Why can I not remember that? Episode 9 of The Bad Batch tonight. What do we think? This is the way. What's up? This is the way. How we doing? How we doing? Really? Chopper says he's showing up tonight. I don't believe you. I mean, you could show up in season 3 if you showed up with Hera, because Hera was in season 1. You don't know who Hera is? Okay. You're not making any sense, buddy. Okay, so where were we? Let me catch up on some chat here. Let me scroll back up all the way. Let's see. Fearless, what's up? How we doing? Star Wars for Life, what's up? Rose, how we doing? Tony, what's up? What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? This is the way. How we doing? Anthony, what's up? Okay, let's see. That's Hauser 2 with the 2 stripes on his. Oh, Hauser with the 2 stripes on his helmet. Yeah, I think so. Anthony says, "Hi, Mike. I can't stay long because I have to go to the pharmacy to get meds for a family member." Okay, don't worry about it. But love the little chopper and the Grogu T-shirt. Yes, Asajj Ventress arrives. Yeah, I think Asajj Ventress is definitely coming tonight. It's more of a question: is she going to be a friend or a foe? Is she going to help the Bad Batch or try to capture them? Maybe Asajj is helping the Empire. And I know that's like, no, there's no way. Asajj is a good guy now. But she was a bad guy. And she could be a bounty hunter. We really don't know what headspace Asajj Ventress is going to be in when we see her. Because we haven't seen her since season 5 of the Clone Wars. And a lot has happened since then. She's literally died since then. So we don't really know what kind of Asajj Ventress we are going to be meeting tonight. And that's pretty intriguing to me, honestly. The last time we've heard anything of Asajj, she died in the Dark Disciple canon novel. So I wonder how much of that is going to be explained in the Bad Batch. It's not her show, so I feel like it's going to be left a big mystery and probably revealed in Tales of the Jedi Season 2 or something along those lines. As we talked about even, I think, before the Bad Batch even started, that the voice actress for Asajj Ventress was saying that this is just the appetizer for Asajj. She's coming back, and she's coming back a lot more than just in the Bad Batch Season 3. She's probably going to be in Tales of the Jedi Season 2, and she's probably getting her own show after the Bad Batch, which we've been predicting for a long time. Could be Asajj, could be Omega doing their own thing in the galaxy. Yeah. And by the way, 92%, this is very high. 92% of you do think that we're seeing Asajj Ventress tonight, which is pretty crazy. I didn't think that many of you would agree with me. Yeah. This is the way says, "What's up, friends? Excited for the Bad Batch for sure." Yeah, me too. I'm really excited for this week's episode. Obviously, we missed last week's. We didn't do the watch party last week, which was a bummer. Kind of upset about it, but you know, we live and we learn, I guess. But I'm excited for this week for sure. Yeah. Star Wars for Life says, you guys had a 2-hour call yesterday talking Bad Batch predictions. Did you really? Where did you do that? Where did you do that? And why wasn't I invited? Rose has a crazy theory. Rose, send your crazy theory in. What are we thinking? I thought Anthony meant Chopper was wearing a Grogu t-shirt. No. No, he's not. Rose, what's the crazy theory? We thought we'd see her in episode 5. Yeah, we thought we've been I honestly thought that we would be seeing Asajj Ventress a lot sooner than episode 9. I thought she would definitely be in the first 8 episodes, as from what the critics were saying and from what the voice actresses were saying. Michelle Ang, who voices Omega, was saying that she has very important scenes with Asajj Ventress. And Omega, how she likes to copy all these characters, how she copies Gungi now in this last episode with the meditation, how she was copying Crosshair a few episodes ago, how she was copying Hunter in the first season a lot. She likes to copy the people around her that she looks up to, Hunter, Crosshair, and others. Now she's going to be copying Asajj Ventress, a Force user, when we know for a fact that Omega has a high M count. Whether that means she's Force sensitive or not, a lot of us disagree on, but I think it does. And with the right training, she could be a Force user alongside of Asajj Ventress, which would be so damn cool if you ask me. But that's just me. Yeah. Alex, what's up? Says Grogu sucks. What? That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. On Discord, yes, she does on Discord. What, a Discord? If you guys aren't in the Discord, click that join button on the Discord link in the description below. Also, if you want to become a member, it's only 99 cents. It's one of the best ways to support the channel, becoming a member. We actually have a giveaway coming up, right? This week or next week? By the end of this week or next week, we do have a giveaway for those members coming up. So, yeah. Yeah. I am not seeing this theory from Rose, but that's okay. Anthony says, I still say, imagine if Ventress has already met Kelleran Beck, Grogu, and knows of Queen Apollona's help to create the hidden path with Quinlan Vos. Yeah, I think Asajj Ventress is going to be, with Quinlan, of course, very integral in creating the hidden path. And I actually think the next Star Wars animated show could be revolving around that hidden path. We've seen it in Jedi Survivor. We've seen it in the Obi-Wan Kenobi show. And now we're probably going to get it explored a lot more in animation. With Quinlan, with Asajj, with probably Omega, and all these other Jedi who survived Order 66 that needed help to just get away from the Empire. And those might be characters like Kelleran Beck, like Grogu. And maybe we could see what happens, you know? Yeah. Yeah. Maggie says, we would invite you to the call, but you were offline. Oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Grogu is almost as bad as Rey. What? What? Why do you hate Grogu so much, Alex? Star Wars for Life says, we had a 2-hour Discord call on Discord. Really? Fascinating. We might do call-ins later on in this stream if you guys want to, but that'll be way later. Yeah. The girls who love Star Wars. That's hilarious. That's funny. Funny. Chopper wasn't invited, I guess. All right. Let's dive into... Let's actually take a look at the upcoming season ahead of us, okay? We got what seems to be only 7 episodes left, but I still think there's a secret 16th episode on May the 4th. That's just me. But the reasoning being the first 2 seasons were both 16 episodes, and this one only being 15 makes absolutely no sense. So I think there's definitely a hidden 16th episode. So I think we still have 8 episodes left. Episode 9 comes out tonight. Then we got a double-up episode going next week. And actually, I think This Is the Way had a pretty good theory in the Discord. Let me pull that up really quickly, actually. Let me pull that up. Okay, here's the prediction for This Is the Way. Says, One, the Bad Batch go back to Pabu. Two, Hemlock's appearance, and he's 2 steps ahead of the Bad Batch with a evil plan. Pabu gets attacked and pretty much destroyed by the Empire. The Bad Batch have to watch it from the outside looking in, unable to help the people of Pabu. That's terrible. Ventress sneaks up behind them and attacks them, unknowing that she is there to help them. Interesting. They leave because Ventress gives them advice about getting away from the Empire, or getting to the Empire in another way. Omega learns that she has about the M-Count experiment and how she is connected to everything, and connected to the Force probably as well. And this sets up the episode Identity Crisis, where Omega struggles with her role in the bigger picture. So that brings us to the titles for the next 2 episodes. Episode 10, Identity Crisis, and Episode 11, Point of No Return. Identity Crisis is probably going to be Omega, as Asajj Ventress is coming in tonight and telling her that she has a high M count. And she already knows that, but she doesn't know what M count means. Midichlorians. She is Force sensitive, as people like to say. So she's probably going to be told of this, and her whole world is going to be shooketh. She's going to realize that Gungi, who the Wookiee Jedi that she met in season 2? She met Gungi in season 2, right? Gungi in season 2, and she's probably going to realize that, oh my God, I'm a Jedi. Sign me up. And she's going to have an identity crisis of, what do I do? What do I do? So I'm sure we'll see a lot of that in episode 10 and episode 11. A double-up episode seem to be pretty damn good, as the last one was pretty good. And the first premiere is still the best 3 episodes of the season thus far, I think. But then we got episode 12, The Juggernaut, which, I mean, could be Vader, if I were to guess. Juggernaut, I can't really think of anyone bigger than that, but maybe not. Episode 13, Into the Breach, could be the Bad Batch going to Tantus. I really don't know. Flash strikes, I have no clue at all. And the cavalry has arrived is, of course, alluding to the first line that Wrecker says when the Bad Batch show up in season 7 of the Clone Wars. And it's probably meaning a lot of them are going to die, and it's probably the end of them. Yes. Emery's an interesting one, too. We still don't really... I don't get the character of Emery at all, honestly. Let me open up the chat. I don't get her at all. She was introduced at the very end of season 2. She was introduced in a way where it was like, there was no real need for this character at all. And now, throughout season 3, she hasn't really been utilized too much. She was in the first 3 episodes. But then, since that, over the last couple of weeks, she hasn't really been seen at all. And her story hasn't really been developed too much. I don't know where they're going with this character. I really don't. I don't at all. But yeah. Okay. Where was I with the chat here? Where was I? Oh, there we go. Fearless says, what if Crosshair is the one with the identity crisis? Okay, Fearless, this is a pretty good theory. I was working on a video before I went away last week on Crosshair, and I think this was somebody in the chat, it might have been you, Fearless, actually, came up with this, that Crosshair's like the Winter Soldier of the MCU. Meaning, he's been experimented on so much on Tantus that if given the right words, like the Winter Soldier in the MCU, if you say the right things, maybe, then it will trigger something in his brain to turn him into some super soldier and turn him against the Bad Batch. And I think that could be something that's going on here. Maybe tonight's episode will give us a little bit more information towards that, or more of a good theory towards that. But the identity crisis could definitely be Crosshair if he does get turned. Oh. Chopper's going to sleep. So, my thing with this is, if Crosshair... It wasn't you? Okay. Well, it was somebody in the chat. I know that for a fact. If Crosshair is like this Winter Soldier type character where he is going to flip on the Bad Batch, does that mean the Bad Batch are going to have to be the ones to kill Crosshair? And I know Crosshair lives. I get it, but he won't. Crosshair, I think, is definitely going to die by the end of this season. I thought it would be some sort of heroic death where he's saving the others, but what if he turns back in some sort of Winter Soldier type arc, and the Bad Batch are the ones who have to actually kill him? This was very similar to what we were talking about a few weeks ago with Rex having to be the one to kill Cody if Cody is the one who is this clone assassin. Because if this clone assassin is Cody, he's going to have to die. Because Cody's not seen in anything else past the Bad Batch Season 2. He's not in Kenobi, he's not in Rebels, he's not in anything. There's only 3 clones in Rebels, and it's Rex, Gregor, and Wolf. Yeah, that's right. I've remembered all 3. Remembered? Sure, whatever. I've memorized, we'll put it that way, all 3. Cody's not one of them. And Cody's one of the most important clones, so seeing his death is going to be extremely important. And what better way to pin the 2 best clones, or not best, but 2 biggest clones against each other with with Rex and Cody being the clone assassin. So it would be very similar to that, where Rex has to kill his own best friend in Cody, and the Bad Batch are going to have to kill Crosshair themselves, which would be quite emotional, to say the least. Could be Emery who has the identity crisis. That's also another one for episode 10. We could be going back to Tantus and seeing Emery have the identity crisis. That would be pretty cool too. I definitely want to see more of Emery, but I don't know if we will. Yeah. All right, Rose says, here's my theory. Clone X, or CX clone, the Clone X, could be Tech. Because remember the fight at the waterfall? The clone assassin says to Crosshair, you could have joined us, but joined the wrong side. And what if this clone assassin / Tech's accusation was referring to way back in the episode where Crosshair left the Bad Batch? Crosshair knows it's Tech and is hiding it from the other Bad Batch members. That's a pretty good theory. That is a pretty damn good theory if I do say so myself. But here is where I disagree with it. He's saying you could have joined us, but you joined the wrong side, because we learned earlier in that episode, or the episode before that, that Crosshair was being tortured to be in this clone assassin program on Mount Tantus, and he refused to join it. The reason that I don't think that this clone assassin is referring to, if it is Tech, is referring to the time before that, is because Tech wouldn't be able to come through. Tech would be so brainwashed that he wouldn't be able to say anything that would be from anything before. The clone assassins we've seen up until this point have been willing to literally end themselves to not give out any information. Tech would not be able to come through and say something to that extent. I think this was more so to convey that Crosshair went through some crazy traumatic stuff on Tantus that we don't really know the full extent to. Obviously, he's got the shaky hands and all that stuff, but we don't really know how much he went through, and I think more of that will actually be revealed even as we get further on in this season. But I actually think the fight scene on the waterfall is more evidence to it being Cody and not Tech, because Tech wasn't really a hand-to-hand combat type fighter dude. He was the technician. He was the mind of the group. So he wasn't the hand-to-hand combat type guy. This clone assassin beats Crosshair in a hand-to-hand combat. Now, again, Crosshair's not the best hand-to-hand combat guy either, because he's the sniper from afar, but it's more the way that this clone assassin fights with the vibroblade that he stole off the other clone body, very similar to how we saw Cody do the same exact thing in Season 2. I think that fight was only more evidence to support the fact that it's Commander Cody under that mask than Tech. Again, could be Tech. I know a lot of fans love the Tech theory, and I know many of you in the chat do as well, but still, to this day, I think it's way more important to keep Tech's death solidified to make Season 2 mean something. Because if he comes back, it means a lot less. But I like the theory, Rose. I do like the theory, I must say. Maggie says, like Order 66? Yes, like Order 66. So what Maggie's saying is is if Crosshair was to just flip a switch. Maybe. I don't think they put another inhibitor chip in his head. I think maybe the Bad Batch would have checked that. Maybe not. But Order 66, what Maggie's talking about here, was the inhibitor chip in all the clones' heads flipped a switch when Order 66 happened to make them all turn on the Jedi. The Jedi were now the bad guys. The order was to kill all the Jedi. Crosshair, if he was to go on this Winter Soldier arc where he flips a switch and turns on the Bad Batch, could go down a similar path, where yes, they are his brothers, yes, the clones fought alongside the generals or the Jedi, of the Republic for years during the Clone Wars, and immediately they flipped the switch and killed them without any hesitation, except for Rex. Without any hesitation, they killed all the Jedi. So maybe, just maybe, Crosshair goes down the same path, where he's become friendly with the Bad Batch again, he's their brother again, Omega looks up to him now, and he can't help it. He just flips a switch and turns on them. It would be brutal, and it would be very tough to watch, but it'd be very similar to Order 66. Yes. Yeah. Chopper knows something. Chopper knows something for sure. Right? He doesn't want to. He's gone to sleep by himself, I guess. Fearless says, just remember, he was supposed to go into the X-Clone program, or the Clone Assassin program. What if he got one of them trackers in? What if he got one of them trackers inside of him? Or yes, the trigger word that he snaps. I really would be worried about that. Yeah, I think we're onto something there. I think Crosshair could be the key for the Empire in finding the Bad Batch. They tortured him so much that it's likely that they probably put a tracker in him, or they... I don't know if they put a tracker in him, but I think it's more likely that there could be a flipped switch where they could literally say the right thing to Crosshair and he could just completely turn on the Bad Batch. The reason I don't think there's a tracker is because they couldn't track him already. They didn't track him to the planet that him and Omega first crash on, because that weird Imperial dude has to call Hemlock in, and then they can track the ship that they took, but they can't track him specifically. The Empire would have found them already if Crosshair had a tracker inside of him. Yeah. Where was I? Damn it, where was I? Oh, here we go. Maggie says, wouldn't they use the trigger by now to bring back Omega? Well, that's the thing, Maggie. They would have to say the words to Crosshair. It wouldn't just be something that they could do over the internet, because that doesn't exist in Star Wars, you know? Allie, what's up? How we doing? This is the way says, the Winter Soldier theory about Crosshair would be such a big twist. I don't think my stomach could handle that. If that does happen, Omega has got to be the one who saves him. Yeah, it would be a huge twist. And I think we're coming down the stretch back half of this season that I do think there will be some big twists and turns. And this one will be a huge one, but I think there are some big things that we don't expect that are coming. Possibly Vader, for example, where there's Asajj Ventress, who's a survivor of Order 66 technically, then probably Inquisitors or Vader are likely to show up because there's Jedi around, and their whole job is to hunt down the Jedi and kill the Jedi who survived Order 66. So I think Asajj Ventress is going to bring a lot of unwanted eyes to the Bad Batch as they're trying to save all the other clones on Mount Tantus. And maybe Asajj will help them, but in the long run, she'll probably be do more of a disservice to the Bad Batch by drawing too much attention from the Empire. Just having a lightsaber around is going to draw way too much attention for the Empire, and maybe that could lead us to seeing Inquisitors or Vader. I mean, do you guys think we'll see Vader or even an Inquisitor in this third season? The problem with that is everybody who comes into contact with Vader is probably going to have to die. And as much as I think all if not many of the Bad Batch members are going to die in this third season, I don't really, as much as I joke about it, see Vader coming in and chopping all their heads off. It would be a crazy way to end the series, but I don't see it happening that way. I'd love to see Vader. Anytime I get to see Vader on the screen, sign me up. But I think it's more likely that we could be seeing Inquisitors. And Maggie says, I want to see a Vader versus Ventress fight. Vader versus Ventress would be extremely poetic as well, because we saw Ventress versus Anakin so many times throughout the Clone Wars. Seeing Ventress now fight Vader would be pretty cool. It would be along the same lines of and it wouldn't be as meaningful, but it would be along the same lines as Ahsoka fighting Anakin or Vader in Rebels, or Obi-Wan fighting Vader in the Kenobi shop. It would be very similar to that. It wouldn't be as meaningful, but it would be very similar to that, where it would be extremely important. It would literally be like the Uno reverse card, where Vader was a good guy, Anakin, and Ventress was a bad guy, and then just switch it around. Now you got Ventress as the good guy, and Vader as the bad guy. It would be pretty cool, actually, and I hope we do see that. But I don't know. I think it's doubtful. Yeah. I think it's doubtful at this point. Maggie says the clone assassins are like the assassins from the Red Room in Marvel. Kind of. There's a connection there for sure. Yeah. Rose's theory is pretty good because during the 5th episode, during Hunter and Crosshair's little fight before that, Hunter said, "I know there's something you're not telling us." Yeah, there's some stuff that Crosshair's clearly keeping a secret, but I think that's more towards his torturing. If he knew Tech was still alive, I feel like that would be one of the first things that he told them. If he knew Commander Cody was still alive, that wouldn't be as important to the other Bad Batch members. It just wouldn't. It wouldn't pertain to them nearly as much. If Tech was alive, I'm sure the first thing Crosshair would say as soon as he walked off that ship was, Tech is alive, not Crosshair. Tech is alive, and we got to go save him. Maybe he wouldn't say we got to go save him, but he'd at least tell them that Tech is still alive. It would be very shocking to me if Tech is still alive. Very, very shocking to me. But maybe. Just maybe. Maybe. Rose says, but in Order 66, the clones remembered who they were, despite the chip, but they couldn't fight the Order. It could be something similar with the clone assassins. Interesting. I still think that the line that the clone assassin said in that fight was geared towards Crosshair not joining the clone assassin program or whatever. But maybe you're onto something. Maybe we're onto something here. It's possible. It's definitely possible. I'm not throwing Tech out the garbage. I'm not throwing him out the door that it's not a possibility that this could be Tech. I just think it's less likely. Yeah. Crosshair's really secretive. Yes, he is, but I don't know if you keep that a secret, you know? Star Wars for Life says, Rex was able to tell Ahsoka to find fives before he was lost. Before he lost it? Did he say find fives? Is that what he said? That wouldn't really make much sense, no? Because fives is dead at that time? Is that what he said in Season 7? Find fives? I'm not too sure. Alex says they put the Elon Musk chip in his head. Well, they put the Elon Musk chip in all the clones' heads. Do you think that's where Elon Musk got the idea for that? Yeah, the Neuralink is actually pretty crazy. Obviously, it's there to help, but it could turn into like some very quickly turn into some Terminator stuff there. Yeah. Oh, just go down to the bottom. No. Oh, here we go. Crosshair said that there's no way out of the prison. Why would they put a tracker in him? Yeah, I don't think there's a tracker in Crosshair, because if there was, they would have already found them by now. But there is some way that they're going to find Pabu. I just don't know how yet. And maybe it's because it's Tech, and Tech knows where Pabu is. That would be a disaster, and that would be pretty cool, actually. So maybe. But there is a way that the Empire finds Pabu. Damn, it might be Tech. It might be Tech. It might be Tech. It might be Tech. It might just be Tech. I feel like that's the only way that they could find Pabu at this point. The only way is if Tech is the one who tells them, because Tech is still alive. Oh, this is gonna be a disaster. I don't know. The back half of the season is going to have a lot of twists and turns, and if Tech is still alive, oh, jeez. What have we gotten ourselves into here? I don't know. David, what's up? David says, the thing, even clones have the inhibitor chip, were able to overcome the programming, which enables them to follow the same orders that got them killed during the Clone Wars itself. Well, no, only Rex was really able to fight the programming. You know, all the other clones were like, yeah, sure, we'll kill the Jedi. Why not? Let's do it. Why not? Let's just do it. Yeah. Let Tech rest in peace. I don't know. Well, I guess we'll have to wait and see. Do you think do you think in the end Omega kills Hemlock? I think Hemlock's definitely going to die at the end of this season. I just don't know how. Maybe Omega kills him. Maybe I don't know. I think it's more likely that he dies in some fiery explosion on Mount Tantus. But I don't know. I could see it go in many different ways. But I do think Hemlock's going to die because he's, again, not in anything else. He's not in anything after that. Yeah. What about Nala Se? I think Nala Se will die as well. That's why I think this could end with Mount Tantus just blowing up. And it would be the end of Hemlock. It would be the end of Nala Se. It would be the end of Emery. It would be the end of all the other Bad Batch members who are stranded there. Possibly Crosshair, possibly Wrecker, possibly Hunter, possibly all of them. So I think this season might end with the fiery explosion of Mount Tantus to slow down Project Necromancer, because it seems like they're pretty far along on Tantus. To slow it down, but to also kill off Hemlock, kill off Nala Se, and sort of tie up some loose ends that are still going around in the Bad Batch Season 3. Yeah. And I definitely want to see a Vader versus Ventress fight as well. Yeah. Fearless says, I don't think we're going to see Vader in the Bad Batch. I think it's unlikely. It's probably less than 50%. But I wouldn't put it like at 0%. I think there's obviously a chance that we could be seeing Vader in this third season. Yeah. Give me a 1 into the chat if you think we're going to see Vader by the end of this season. I just want to see it. And give me a 2 if you say no. So 1, yes, 2, no. I just want to see where you guys are at with this without starting a new poll, because I want to keep that poll up for now. What do we think? Star Wars for Life says, I can see Inquisitors dealing with the Bad Batch, because if it was Vader, then it would just be a waste of his time. Yeah, I think Vader would have to come in and just slaughter all of them. So it would make more sense that it would be Inquisitors. And there is some Inquisitors that we haven't seen yet in Star Wars, because there's the Grand Inquisitor, the second sister, the fifth brother, the 6th millionth whatever, the 1 million trillion whatever. Like, they have numbers to them, and there's some numbers that are missing still. So we haven't seen all of the Inquisitors on screen yet. So we could see some Inquisitors that don't make it to Rebels that could die in the Bad Batch. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah. Wow. Oh, Maggie's just spamming 1. I was going to say, that's a lot of 1s in the chat. I see some 2s too. Yeah, so it's pretty split, actually. That's actually really split. Should we... 3? Wow, thanks, Star Wars for Life. Should we actually pull this up? I might... All right, let's pull this up, because this is 95% of you guys. Let's see if the math is mathing on that one. No, it's not. But do you think we'll see Asajj Ventress tonight? 95% of you guys do say yes. So this seems to be it. This seems to be the return of Asajj Ventress, which is pretty damn cool. Rolo, what's up? Officer Murdoch, how's it going? Miss you guys. All right, let's... Taking a week off from streaming was a lot more difficult than I thought it would. I was like, oh, it's going to be a nice break. I missed streaming so bad. Like, I Tuesday and Thursday not streaming last week was like the hardest thing ever. It was crazy. But, all right. Do you think Vader will show up in the Bad Batch Season 3? So not next episode, not the episode after that, at all in this third season. And I'll add a maybe category. Just for you guys who like the maybe category. Let's see. What do we think? And let me scroll back up on this so I can catch up on these chats here. Right off the bat, and it's very early, 50% of you, 57, 57, 50, 50, 57, 50, 57, 50, 57, keeps bouncing back and forth. 50% of you say yes, you do think we'll see Vader. That's interesting. Thanks, Maggie, I appreciate that. All right, where was I? Yeah, the Inquisitors. Inquisitors showing up would be pretty cool. It would be a surprise, a very big surprise, but a surprise to be sure, but a welcome one. I just think that Vader showing up would just mean the end of everybody who comes in his way. But the Inquisitors showing up would be a different situation, you know? I think if the Inquisitors showed up, I'd be like,
this is where the fun begins.
and if Vader came in, I'd be like,
I got a bad feeling about this.
you know, so I would say Inquisitors probably more likely. Yeah. Rose says, I don't think Vader will show up because Palpatine is keeping Project Necromancer and Tantus a secret from his own apprentice, since the project undermines his apprentice. Yes, maybe. Here's the thing. Palpatine came to Tantus in episode 3 and told Hemlock that he has, I appreciate the hearts, guys, I do, that he has the entire force of the Empire at his disposal. So all the resources he needs are at his disposal. If Project Necromancer is that important to Palpatine, he doesn't have to explain to Vader what it is, but he could also use Vader to go protect it. So although I agree with you that he probably isn't telling Vader about Project Necromancer because, yes, it undermines him being his apprentice because it's making Palpatine live forever, I still think that Vader could be sent to help protect it without even knowing what it is, if that makes sense. Maggie says, it would be cool if Ventress recognizes him with his fighting style as Anakin. Ooh. Yeah, how would Ventress recognize him? Because Anakin's fighting style is extremely different from Vader's, because Vader's very robotic and not able to jump around as much as Anakin could. So I don't know how Ventress would recognize that it's Anakin. Would she cut his mask again, just like Obi-Wan and Ahsoka does? Everybody who fights Anakin now, or Vader now, just chops off half of his mask. That would be hilarious. I don't know if she will even recognize that it's Anakin. Maybe she doesn't. Maybe that's a good thing, because not many people are supposed to know that Darth Vader is Anakin Skywalker, and I don't think that Ventress should either, unless. Yeah, I don't think she should. So even if they do fight, if there's a Vader versus Ventress fight scene, I don't think she should know that it's Vader. Yeah, I don't think so. But also, how is Ventress going to survive a fight versus Vader? Like, Vader should easily just destroy Ventress. No? Interesting. Oh, I forgot to ask you guys, what do you think of the new setup? So we got Chopper and the lightsaber over here. Obi-Wan's lightsaber. And then we got Boba Fett on the other side of me. Is this better? Is this what we wanted? I know you guys voted on it in the last stream, but is this what we thought? Is this what we anticipated? Is this what we wanted? He speaks. Okay. Fearless says, but why Inquisitors? Aren't they on the hunt for Force Sensitives? Well, yes, but Omega's Force Sensitive. And so is Asajj Ventress. The Inquisitors are there to hunt down the Jedi who survived Order 66, just like Vader was. And the only reason that Vader shows up is when the Inquisitors, the word I'm looking for, fail. So when the Inquisitors fail, and then Vader comes in and just beats everybody up. So it's very similar to in Rebels when the Grand Inquisitor, loses to Kanan Jarrus in the first season. Spoiler alert, it was 10 years ago. But he loses to Kanan Jarrus in the first season. Then Vader shows up because now the rebels have become a problem. Vader's a very emotional guy. I feel like if he knew that it was Ventress specifically, then he'd be like, I'm coming. Pause. I think he'd be like, I'm coming regardless of what Palpatine says, of what the Inquisitors say. I'm going to kill Ventress because Ventress has been a pain in my ass since the Clone Wars, and I'm going to want to end that lady. So yeah, I think we'll see some raw emotion from Vader if that's the case. He wouldn't want to break their hearts if he was evil. Who? What? I have no idea. Okay, cool. Yeah. Imagine what Crosshair turning would do to Omega. Yeah, it would be pretty bad. But that's where I think the season's going. I think Omega's going to be extremely scarred by the end of the season, by the death of many of her brothers and probably by a lot of other events that happen. And this could lead her down a darker path, but have Asajj Ventress be the one to guide her down a lighter path. And maybe even become a bounty hunter, or help out with a hidden path, or become a Force user. Like, Omega's future could be very, very cool. Now clip that, and then after the Bad Batch ends and Omega dies in the finale, somebody clip that and put it right before, or right next to the scene of Omega dying. Me talking about her bright future and all these things that could happen, and then her death scene. Just clip it and put them right next to each other. There you go. Perfect. Perfect. David says, the clones were maybe too loyal to the Empire for their own good. Clones weren't evil. They were mistreated very badly by the Jedi that made poor battle decisions that got the clones endangered. I don't think so. They followed the Jedi because they trusted the Jedi. And the Jedi were the ones that helped them win war after war after war. Or battle after battle, I should say, in the Clone Wars. I think the reason that they don't follow the Empire's orders is because the Empire is just evil. It's just wrong. And even with the inhibitor chips in their head, they don't want to follow the wrong orders. Because the inhibitor chips just made them kill the Jedi. It didn't make them follow horrible orders to kill random pedestrians. But that's what the stormtroopers will do. That's what the people hired by the Empire will do, not the clones. And that's why the clones have been phased out. And that's what all of Season 2 is pretty much about, of the Bad Batch. Yeah. And if you haven't yet, smash a freaking like on this stream. Shouldn't even have to ask. I appreciate it. All right. Star Wars for Life says, if this was tech, his mind would still be, could have been piecing things together. I just don't see it being tech. As much as I do, I don't, you know? I could see it being tech for the one and only reason that they need to find Pabu, and Tech's brain would have that information. But other than that, all signs point to Commander Cody. Like, all signs. I really don't know how they're going to find Pabu. Because like I said at the beginning of the stream, this is Pabu. There's 100%, not 99.9, 100% for sure, this is Pabu. This is the tree on Pabu behind them. This is Pabu. We know this for a fact. The clone assassin and the Empire show up on Pabu. How did they find it? How did they find Pabu? Because this is probably going to happen tonight. How did they find it? The only answer that I can think of is Tech's brain. Is they have Tech. This clone assassin might even be Tech. And they used his brain to figure out where the Bad Batch are. It's the only option I see. Please tell me in the chat if you find another option. Because there is nothing else that I can think of for how the Empire could possibly... All right, Chopper. I'm talking. Do you not see me live streaming here? Some manners. Jeez. Don't make me turn you off. Where was I? That's the only option that I can see of them finding out where Pabu is. Darth Revan, what's up? How we doing? All right, let me get back to the chat here. Tech is dead. I think so too. What about Nala Say? We talked about that. Batcher better live. I think Batcher will live. The little creature dude, Batcher. I think he will live. If Omega lives, then he will live. Yeah. This is the way. Says. Season ends with the Zillo monsters stomping all the bad guys on Mount Tantus. I think the Zillo Beast will play a part. 100%. I don't know how. I don't know where. I don't know when. But the Zillo Beast will definitely play a part in this final season. I really don't know where or how or when or why. But they focused so much on the Zillo Beast in the first two seasons to not have him be important in the final season, you know? I mean, you guys tell me, do you think the Zillo Beast is going to be an important piece to this puzzle? We're about to find out, I guess. All right, I see a bunch of 1s and 2s. By the way, this poll is pretty damn close, but the top of the leaderboard right now is 36% of you say yes. we will be seeing Vader in this 3rd season. That's crazy to me. Absolutely crazy to me. Wow. I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Fearless says the Zillow Beast will eat Hemlock, hopefully. That would be wild. That would be wild. That would be great. I'd love to see that. Rolo, what's up, Rolo? Oh, just go down to the bottom. No. Rolo says, I'm sure Morok was the last Inquisitor. I don't even know if Morok was alive. Like Morok from the Ahsoka show, I don't think he was even alive. He was just smoke, green smoke. I don't know what was going on there. Still don't know what's going on there. Like, I don't understand it. I don't get it. We all thought it was somebody, and it was nobody. Skywalker Academy, what's up? And that's my fear with this clone assassin, is that it's nobody. We've been speculating for 6 weeks already now about who this clone assassin is, and it could be nobody. Absolutely nobody. Obviously, they made him extremely important in episode 6 and 7 to make us think that it's somebody. Maybe similar to the way that they made us think that Marok was somebody in the Ahsoka show. But it could be nobody. It would be a big bummer. Big time bummer. But it's possible. It's definitely possible. Yeah. CX2 is Marok? Yeah, no. No thanks. No thanks. David says, and keep in mind, Ventress is no longer a Sith. But she's not a Jedi anymore either. Ventress has become less full of hatred because her hatred led to her being evil, but she has lost a lot of the Jedi Masters. Well, she became a Jedi because of Quinlan. She fell in love with Quinlan, but then the Jedi Order ends. And her story kind of ends. She dies, technically, in Dark Disciple. It's going to be very interesting to see where Asajj is at. Because she goes from being a Sith to a bounty hunter to a Jedi, back to a bounty hunter, back to being dead. Or I guess not back to being dead. She was never dead before, but being dead. So I really don't know where Asajj is going to be at. In the trailers, making us believe that she's fighting against the Bad Batch. I don't know. John Groom, what's up? CX2 is definitely another Marok. I really, really hope not. That would be a bummer. That would be such a bummer. If it is another Marok, I need somebody to clip together all the times that I was like, this clone assassin is definitely Commander Cody. It's definitely Commander Cody. It could be Tech, but it's definitely Commander Cody. Clip those all together. All of them. It's probably going to be an hour-long video because I said it so much. And then just play the dun, 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 and it's just like Marok. Then play some sad violin. Somebody edit this together, please. I really hope not. I genuinely, really hope that it is somebody of significance, somebody of importance to the Bad Batch story. I can't handle another Marok. I might actually, like, go chopper and commit some war crimes. Yeah. Maybe for a scene with Rex. I don't know what that's referring to, but yes. Officer Murdoch says, if Vader shows up, it might be in the last episode. Yeah, if Vader shows up, it'll be a brief appearance and probably the death of somebody. Somebody's got to die if Vader's on the screen. Imagine he kills Hunter. How crazy would that be? Vader comes in and kills Hunter. And then Omega makes it her mission to hunt down and kill Vader. And of course, she fails and dies. Imagine. That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy. That would be crazy. Vader is busy with finding Obi-Wan. Yes and no. Vader's doing a lot now. Like, this is when a lot of the Vader comics take place. Now the Vader comics kind of take place in between episodes 5 and 6 of Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. That's when a lot of the Star Wars comics are taking place right now. But a lot of the early Vader stuff takes place almost like right after Order 66 because it's him training the Inquisitors. It's him hunting down the Jedi. So this is when Vader's sort of at his peak of becoming this very, very, very scary figure in the galaxy, hunting down Jedi. Yeah. Anakin worked with Hunter before. That's true. Anakin did work with the Bad Batch before. So maybe he's going to want to kill them. Yeah. Maybe. Maggie says to hunt down the Bad Batch could be Vader's first assignment. I don't think it would be his first assignment. He's killed many Jedi already. Yeah. A Vader and a Rex scene. Ah! That would be crazy. Vader and Rex on the same screen together. That would be...
I got a bad feeling about this. I got a bad feeling about this. I got a bad feeling about this.
That would be insane. That would be absolute... Vader and Rex on the same screen. Ah! That would be horrible. That would be... Yeah, you broke me. That... Rollo. Let me tell you something, Rollo. Hey, Rollo. Rollo! Don't do that to me. Don't do it to me. That would be brutal. That would be... that would be tough. Rex and Vader in the same scene together. They never meet in Rebels, right? Somebody in the chat help me out. Did they ever, like, come into contact in Rebels? I don't think so, right? I don't think so, right? Chat, help me out. They must have been pretty close to each other, right? They never met. So this would be the first time they ever meet? What if Vader wounds Rex, but he gets away? What if he lets Rex get away? What if Vader is fighting against Rex, recognizes him, and lets him escape? Would that hurt the character of Vader? Would Star Wars fans absolutely lose their minds? Some of them, yes. But would that hurt the character of Vader? Or would it make sense? I think that would make a lot more sense, honestly. Holy shit. That just blew my mind, Rollo. I'm sorry. It just blew my mind. Absolutely blew my mind. I never even thought of that. Never even thought to think of that. Vader and Rex on the same screen together, in the same scene together, fighting against each other. And it's possible that he would let him go. I would think that would be awesome. I think it would be awesome too. If Vader lets Rex go, it would still sort of mean that Anakin's there. And we're supposed to be led to believe that Anakin's sort of gone, but he's a little bit there. Like Luke still senses him down there. Nick, what's up? I don't know. That's crazy. That's absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Skywalker Academy says, nah, Ventress will turn the Zillo Beast loose on him. On Vader? Ooh. If the Zillo Beast is involved in their fight, that would be absolutely insane. If he shows up, which I think is possible, okay? 47% of you guys say yes, Vader will show up in this third season. 47. And by the way, 24% of you guys say maybe, and 29% say no. So it seems like the majority of you guys are on the yes bandwagon. That's pretty crazy. Oh, I can pin chats now? Oh, that changes everything. Rollo, where was your comment? Where was it, Rollo? Wait, what? I can't scroll up further? No, what? What is going on? What is going on? No, what? Where's the chat? Why did it do this? No. I gotta read chat faster. What? Damn. Okay. Well, I lost a bunch of your chats. I apologize. For some reason, it's not letting me scroll up any higher. I refreshed the page. Damn it. Okay, whatever. Rollo says, do you think Ventress will join the Hidden Path? Yes, I think so. I think she'll be one of the people who create it, honestly, with Quinlan Vos and maybe even Omega. It'll be interesting to see who helps create the Hidden Path because it's been around for a while. So we'll see. All hail Chopper. Yeah. Omega is not Force sensitive. I disagree, but we'll see. We will find out together. Good call on Ock too. That was Fearless, actually. That was Fearless. Yeah, that was a great call. That was huge. That video is awesome. If you guys haven't checked out that video that I posted yesterday, or even the one that I posted the day before on the Sith in the Acolyte trailer, or even the Ock 2 being in the Acolyte trailer, go check out those two videos. They're pretty awesome. And drop a comment as well. Drop a comment that says, everybody go spam the comment sections in those two videos by saying, Mike, this is an incredible video. Not only did I smash the like button, but if there was a second like button, I would smash it again. And then put 6.5 exclamation points, 6.5, and then hit send. Okay? Can you guys do that for me? Can we do that? Can we go back on those last two videos of the last 2 days and comment that? I don't even remember what I said. I think it was Mike. This was an incredible video. I smashed the like, but if there was a second like, but what did I say? You just rewind it and go do it. Do it. You will go do what I just said.
This is where the fun begins.
Okay, thanks. Hang on. Let me take a sip of water. Much better. Much better. I appreciate that, Skywalker Academy. I really do. Maggie says that lady helped him save his Padawan. What? I'm very lost on that one. David says, in both canon and Legends, Darth Vader is Anakin in the cybernetic suit, but Anakin forgot who he was and when he turned to the dark side. Yeah, there's a little bit of that in Legends more so. Obviously, Anakin's still in there because in Return of the Jedi, he turns back and Luke sees that still. But it's supposed to be, like we see in the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, that Anakin's gone. Vader killed him. Like, they're supposed to be pretty much two different characters entirely, and Anakin's gone. That's what the entire scene in Kenobi is supposed to be, is Anakin is gone. That really emotional scene where Vader literally says Anakin's gone, and you're not the one who killed Anakin Skywalker, I did. That's supposed to be what Vader is at this time. And it's only Luke who can turn him. Yeah. Skywalker Academy says, Ventress did help clear Ahsoka's name. I think Anakin might like her enough to spare her and make it look good. No. Again, like I just said, Vader is supposed to be fully taken over. Like, Anakin's supposed to be gone at this time. So he would not, especially especially Ventress, he would not spare Ventress. Ventress would be somebody who would definitely kill, for sure. If he had the chance. If he had the chance. Star Wars for Life says, if you would, like the next time we do a group call, we can invite you and some others. Yeah, I was thinking about that too. We did a group call on the Discord once a long time ago. That was like probably last year, actually, during the time of The Mandalorian Season 3. But we could definitely do some group calls on the Discord if you guys want to do that. I could open up a stage in there for sure. For sure. Fearless says, because I've rewatched all the seasons, and no one said she's Force sensitive. Well, nobody said that Omega's Force sensitive, obviously. But she does have a high midichlorian count, which means she has the capability of being a Force user, i.e. she is Force sensitive. You know? I did a full-on video about this before the Bad Batch Season 3 even started, and still all the information in that video holds up today. Yeah. Yeah. This is the way says, this is a stretch. I think seeing Grogu is more likely than Vader because of the bounty hunters are looking for the M-count carriers, and Grogu is alive at the time. Maybe we'll see his story after his rescue. Low odds, though. Actually, that's not a bad theory. The bounty hunters in the galaxy are hunting down Grogu because he's a high midichlorian count Force sensitive child, just like Omega. So what are the chances that Keller and Beck loses Grogu and we actually see Grogu on Mount Tantus, or Grogu even in animation in the Bad Batch Season 3? Do you guys think we could see Grogu? Give me a 1 into the chat if you think we can see Grogu. And a 2 if you think it's impossible. Because my thing with Grogu is he might be with Keller and Beck for a long time. Wherever the two of them went, they might be in hiding together for a long time. Now, it's possible that Vader kills Keller and Beck, which would be awesome, and captures Grogu, which would be even cooler. But I just don't see that happening in the Bad Batch, you know? Mostly 2s. I see I see 1-1. Rose, I like it. But, yeah, mostly 2s. Okay. Makes sense. Grogu would look weird in animation like that. He would definitely look weird, but Yoda looks weird in animation anyway. Yoda's in the Clone Wars, so he'd look like a young Yoda, obviously. John, you think too? Interesting. Interesting. Rolo says, do you think the hidden path Jedi revealed in Kenobi will be in the Jedi 3 games? Oh, like all the Jedi that were written on the wall? Maybe. Jedi Survivor is supposed to take place around the same time as Kenobi, the show. So they're supposed to be kind of at the same time, those events happening. I really don't know what the plot of Jedi 3 is going to be. I have no clue, like who's going to be the villain, all that stuff. I don't know. But it's definitely going to involve the hidden path in some big way. So maybe some other Jedi that we haven't seen in a long time could be in the game, like Asajj or like Quinlan. It's definitely possible. Actually, Asajj Ventress would be really cool to see in Jedi 3 because she's a Night Sister, and so is Marin. So the two of them meeting would be pretty cool. Yeah. Skywalker Academy says, I know he'd kill her for principle, but could make an exception. I think an exception for Vader not killing Ventress would make a lot of fans upset. Fans don't really like when they do too much with Vader because Vader's so good that it's almost like if you do anything with him, it could make him worse. I disagree with that. I think Disney especially has done a very good job with their treatment of Darth Vader. In Kenobi, in Rebels, in comics even, in video games especially too. They've done an incredible Rogue One, just listing off things that Vader's in. They've done an incredible job with Darth Vader. But every chance that they use him, there's a chance that they could make him worse. And I think if they allowed him to allow Ventress to escape, that would make him worse. But that's just me. Pabu is probably on a map. Well, Maggie, that's the whole point of Pabu, is it's a hidden safe haven from the Empire. So unless they somehow track the Bad Batch there, maybe Cad Bane does it, maybe another bounty hunter does it, I don't know. But I just can't see any other way except for it being Tech's brain that does that. Yeah. Tick? Oh, it's Omega's accent. That's hilarious. Skywalker Academy says, I see Cad Bane using the M-count information to protect Omega and using it to get back to her or track Hunter and Wrecker back to Pabu. I could see Cad Bane being the one who actually tracks them to Pabu. That's a good other option. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. He's probably one of the bounty hunters that's hunting down Force-sensitive people for the Empire because he did it for the Empire, or for the Republic, I guess, in the Clone Wars. He's one of the ones, or he was the one that was hunting down the baby Force-sensitives in the Clone Wars. Yeah. Batcher is a girl. Okay. Did I say he? My fault. Fearless says, Nala Se is a Kaminoan who created Omega and the Bad Batch. Yes? I'm confused. Yes, she is. Correct. Couldn't the Empire hire a BH, bounty hunter, to track Clone Force 99 to Pabu? Yes. And maybe that's what's really going on here. Maybe it's Cad Bane who's the one who's tracking them to Pabu. Maybe. Yeah. Nala Se knows everything about Omega and the Bad Batch. I hope she spills the beans before she dies. I think Nala Se is an important piece. Obviously, she's pretty much the last remaining Kaminoan at this point, as almost all of them died. I definitely think we'll be seeing a lot more of her in the back half of this season. Yeah. This is the way says, here's the theory. This story takes place right after Ventress was resurrected and is looking for Quinlan, who she finds out is helping the Jedi. So that way she is interested in the Bad Batch with the M-Count story. Or it's that she's already working with Quinlan and they're already working on this hidden path. That's also a possibility. Yeah. Yeah. All right. I'm going on a walk, so hopefully I'll be back. Okay, have fun. Have fun. Fearless says, clones of Omega's genetics that can be... Wait, clones from Omega's genetics that can be force sensitive. Yes? I'm confused. Geeks of Mackleby, what's up? Been a while. How we doing? Is it Muckleby or Mackleby? Muckleby. It must be Muckleby, right? I can't read, you know? Wookie Talks, what's up? Love seeing all these familiar faces. See, I missed you guys. Going on a week's vacation was fun. But it wasn't this fun, you know? There's nothing more fun than these live streams, if I do say so myself. David says, and keep in the Bad Batch. And keep in the Bad Batch has been in the dark. Shows even the Clone Wars later has become what? I don't know what that means, David. Sorry, but I appreciate it. Fearless says no. They infused her blood with M-Count blood, and it works. I've heard this, Fearless, and I don't think so. I don't think that's what's going on here. She has a high midichlorian count. That's the whole gist of Omega being important. Yeah. But, you know, we'll see. Wookie Talk says, who's Keller and Beck? He's just Jar Jar in disguise. That would be something. I don't know where he's hiding those big ears, but it would be something. This is the way says, is there any way that you could put the mic on Chopper during your live streams? Or put a mic on Chopper during the live streams? It would be cool to hear him full blast when he talks. Could I do that? No. Not with the current setup that I have. Maybe in the future when we get a little bit more subscribers, i.e. more cha-ching. Just kidding. But more of a budget, you know, to give Chopper a microphone. That would be... Could I do that, actually? I'll see what I can cook up, okay? I like it, though. Give Chopper a mic. I'll see. We'll see. Chopper, the problem with Chopper is after 5 minutes, he turns himself off, so I have to turn him back on. He takes a nap after 5 minutes of not talking to him. He feels neglected. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I get it. You want to hear Chopper over me. I understand. He's more entertaining. I get it. But he doesn't speak English. Actually, he kind of does, doesn't he? Whoops. I just read that. Star Wars for Life says, I absolutely swear if someone dies in an explosion and says live to fight another day as their last words, I will simply pass away. What if Vader wounds Rex, but he gets away? Yeah, I think that's probably what will happen if they two come into contact, because we know that Rex survives and we know that Vader survives. Yeah. No, they don't show Vader and Rex meeting in Rebels. I didn't think so. Yeah. Nick, what's up, says, I'm late to the party, but howdy. What's up, Nick? How we doing? Oh, I'm that far behind on chats? Wait, what's going on here? Oh, no, just going down to the bottom. No, go back up. Oh, found it. Okay, we're good. Rose says, cool factoid. Omega is referenced by Jyn Erso in Rogue One. When she's in the recording room on Scarif, she is reading off a different project name. Mark Omega is the name of the project? What? Is that real? Is Omega mentioned in Rogue? What? Hang on. I gotta look this up. Omega Rogue One. Mark Omega. Here we go. Let's see. This comes from Wikipedia. Mark Omega. Mark Omega was a code name for an Imperial project, which was one of many that they were used to secretly develop aspects of the Death Star project. Well, concealed under a given code name, a data tape for the project was kept in the Galactic Empire's data vault on Scarif. Rebel Alliance member Jyn Erso mentions it while she is searching for the Death Star plans. So I think it's just a code name for a piece of the puzzle to the Death Star project. I don't think it really has anything to do with Omega herself. Project name, yeah, Mark Omega. I don't think that has anything to actually do with mentioning Omega, the character herself. Omega is a common thing because it's of the language. What am I thinking of here? You know what I mean. You know what I mean. David says, "What if Rex is in the battle of Endor? Wasn't the one who knocked out the stormtrooper? In fact, it was the older man on Endor." Wait, what? So you're saying Rex wasn't on Endor or was on Endor? I don't know. Yeah. Star Wars for Life says, "I'm gonna edit that scream." What scream? And I'll post it on the Discord. Okay, cool. Do it. I don't know what you're referring to, but yes. Mike knows the future of Star Wars. I can't tell the future, but I like to think that I'm okay with predicting. Just okay. Just okay is not okay. Grogu would look weird in animation. I agree. Yoda looks okay. Grogu would look weird. Yoda in Rebels is scary. Let's look at that. Yoda in Star Wars Rebels is actually scary. Like, who okayed this? As much as I love Dave Filoni, like you guys know, he's the GOAT. Who okayed this? How did this get through? How did this get through the editing process? I love Yoda. And Yoda, what he says in this scene is incredible. But this will be in your nightmares. This is nightmare material. I don't know how that made it through. I really don't. But it's awesome. It's iconic. We'll put it that way. John Groom says, "Could be wrong, obviously, but it was my prediction that I said on this channel that Grogu is the one they have captive on Tanabris or Tantus, I think you're saying? Maybe Beck as well." Yeah, well, they have somebody in those back to tanks in the vault on Mount Tantus. Somebody's in there. We just don't know who it is. So your guess is as good as mine. Yeah, Yoda looks evil in Rebels. He does look very strange. His head is like too round or something. I don't know. Like, that's him in Rebels, then this is him in Clone Wars. Like, look at the difference. Who did this? Who did Yoda so dirty? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Nick says, "Mike, who is your favorite Bad Batch member?" See, there he goes. He just turned off. Because I didn't talk to him for 5 minutes. Jeez, Chop. I get it. Who's my favorite Bad Batch member? I'd probably say Crosshair. Maybe it'll be Omega someday, but I think right now it's Crosshair. Yeah. Yoda looks like Gollum. Kinda. Yeah. Kinda. Yeah. Geeks of Muckleby says, "A little fact for newer Star Wars fans, Mount Tantus was lifted from the Timothy Zahn EU trilogy." Yes, Heir to the Empire. They launched the expanded universe, now called Legends, that introduced Thrawn. Yes, that is true. Mount Tantus is a Legends place. It's from the trilogy called Heir to the Empire, where Thrawn was originally introduced in the 1990s. Indeed. Indeed. Mike, I was answering Maggie. I forgot to mention her. Oh, okay. No worries. No worries. Rolo says, "Who do you think is going to be the canon Joruus Sabaoth? Terran Malicos or Balin Skull?" That's a good question. I think it's definitely going to be Malicos, though, because Balin stayed in the New Beyond. He stayed in the, what is it called? Peridia. Yes. He stayed on Peridia. He clearly has different plans than Thrawn does, as was made clear in Ahsoka Season 1. So I think Terran Malicos is probably the best bet because he's on Dathomir. The last we saw Malicos was on Dathomir, and that's where the rest of them are going. Yeah. Wait, what? Is episode 9 already live? No. No, it is not. No, it is not. It comes out at 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, or wherever you are in the world. I wish it was live already. That would be great. But no. 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah. But yes, Malicos. Malicos is the canon Jorah Sabaoth. I hope. Yeah. Yeah. No, Cad Bane is evil, though the problem with Cad Bane is... No, Cad Bane is not evil. He is untrusting. He's a bounty hunter, so he's obviously like got his own thing going, you know? He's not evil, but he's not a good guy. He's a bounty hunter. Tony says, what would happen if Jar Jar met Keller and Beck? Well, I think the whole galaxy would implode. Yeah. I think so. Chopper would be cussing out every 30 seconds if he spoke English. Maybe. Geeks of Muckleby says, I kind of have the same energy. Nap after 5 minutes. Oh, his Chopper? Yeah, he naps after 5 minutes. That's true. See, now he thinks we're making fun of him. Valid. Yeah. Mark Omega is finding Omega? No. Omega is Greek? Yes, that's what it was. The Greek alphabet. Yes, indeed. Chopper, you're not in the Greek alphabet. Okay, then go rewrite the Greek alphabet. Please get that off screen. Oh, the Yoda thing. Yeah. Grogu and the Dust Bunnies. Grogu and the Dust Bunnies is the animation thing, right? That's pretty good. Yeah. Rose says, Mark Omega isn't about the Death Star. Wait, what? There was a bunch of Imperial plans. It could be the Imperial plan to hunt her down and use her Force M count. Hang on. Did I misread this? I thought I could have sworn it was about Omega. Mark Omega was a code name for an Imperial project, which was one of many that they used to secretly develop aspects of the Death Star project. Hang on. Am I reading this incorrectly? Mark Omega was a code name for an Imperial project, which was one of many that they used to secretly develop aspects of the Death Star project while concealed under the given code name. So it's not specific to the Death Star project? Is that what you're saying? So it's a different project. It's just a code name for an Imperial project, which was one of many that was used to secretly develop aspects of the Death Star project. But doesn't that second half of the sentence mean that it's connected to the Death Star? No? Maybe I'm wrong. You made Chopper sad? Yeah, I did. I apologize, Chopper. I don't think he accepts it. Okay. Good to know. I think it's connected to the Death Star project. I think that's what this sentence is saying. There's literally nothing else on this. This is the only definition for it. Interesting. Interesting. Wikipedia can be wrong sometimes. That's true. It can be wrong. But we'll see. I guess we'll have to wait and see then. Fearless says, looks a little like the original Emperor from the original trilogy. What, Yoda in Rebels? Kinda. You're not wrong. The claymation thing. Nick says, what were/are your best past predictions that came true? Etc. Example being Omega is Force sensitive. The best one? I don't even know. I make too many predictions to even remember any of them, honestly. It's kind of like a throw it at the wall and see if it sticks type thing. We have weeks and weeks and weeks of predictions that we come up with. Most of them probably aren't right. I've been saying that Ventress is showing up for weeks now. Have I been right? No. Have I slowed down one bit? Absolutely not. That's the fun of doing this, is kind of just giving out predictions and hoping they come true. It's theorizing. That's the fun thing, you know? But thinking of ones that I got right, Oh, Marok being Starkiller, obviously. No, I really can't think of any, honestly, off the top of my head. I'm sure there's a lot that I have gotten correct. I more remember coming on stream and going, "Ha, I told you," but no, I can't think of any, honestly. But I'm sure there's a few. If you go back and look, I'm sure there's a few. Yeah. Officer Murdoch says Yoda looks evil in Rebels. He looks like Gollum. Yeah, kind of. Skywalker Academy says Chopper is the best Bad Batch member. Well, he's not a member of the Bad Batch, technically. He's in the Bad Batch. No, you're not a member of the Bad Batch. You aren't even... You're in the show, like, once. Okay, twice. But, like... You're not a member of their squad. I'm not fighting with you on stream anymore, okay? Ralph McQuarrie designed Rebels Yoda. Did he really? Well, he would have been dead by then, no? I think you're probably saying that they went off of an old design of Yoda. Probably. There's probably an original drawing of Yoda. Sure. Yeah. Rolo says it's too late to bring Starkiller into canon. It's never too late. It would just have to be a completely different version of the character. Yeah. Yeah. Geeks of Michael B says Rogue One mark 1 hour 45 minutes and 46 seconds. Mark Omega gets mentioned. So does the Darksaber. What? So I think it could be Omega as the list of the Imperial projects, not just Death Star related stuff. The Darksaber gets mentioned too? How is that? When is that? Interesting. Fascinating. Who would have thunk it? That's what leads me to believe that a lot of the stuff that's coming out right now, especially with Star Wars, is a lot more connected than we even think. Like I just mentioned in that video yesterday, Arc 2 being in the Acolyte is not only connecting to the sequel trilogy, because Arc 2 is where Luke goes into hiding, but it's also connecting to what we're going to see in James Mangold's movie of Dawn of the Jedi. We're going to see the first ever Jedi Temple, which is on Arc 2. It's where the Jedi Order began. So, I mean... It's all going to be connected. Now that Dave Filoni is in charge, he's the CCO, everything's going to be connected. Everything. That's why Mount Tantus is so important in this Bad Batch Season 3, because it's going to be important in The Mandalorian, with the heir to the Empire being the big blue meanie Grand Admiral Thrawn. So, yeah. And I honestly think we could still see Thrawn in the Bad Batch. I do. I really do. I think it's... I know I made a video on it last week, but I think it is very likely. Just to prove that he's been there before. He's been to Tantus. He knows it exists, so that he knows that it exists when the time comes in The Mandalorian. Now, you don't technically have to see him go there, but just to imply that he knows where it is to see Thrawn. And I want to see Thrawn in animation again. Come on. Yeah. This is the way said everything is connected. It's like poetry. It rhymes. Exactly. And I feel like Star Wars kind of lost that for a few years there, where it wasn't really all connected. I feel like the sequel trilogy of all things should have been so connected with prequel references, original trilogy references, not like direct references, but more connections to those movies. And now we're getting back to that. The first season of The Mandalorian doesn't really connect to much, but the second season does. The third season does. Connects to the Clone Wars, to Rebels, to all this stuff, connecting the entire story together. And even in a show like Acolyte, which takes place 100 years before any of it, it can still connect. Even in the Dawn of the Jedi movie, it can still connect, because we've seen Coruscant's Jedi Temple, we've seen Arc 2 as a Jedi Temple, and we want to see the origins of the Jedi, which can connect to everything, even though it's 25,000 years before everything. And that's what I think we got coming for us. Yeah. Is Thrawn in The Mandalorian? He's not in The Mandalorian show, but he's mentioned in Season 3, and he's in Ahsoka, and he's going to be in the Mando movie. Yeah. Yeah. Saiful Azre says, my favorite is Pax Aurora. Yeah, what is that? That sounds very familiar. Pax Aurora? Let's look it up. Pax Aurora. Star Wars. Pax Aurora, Star Wars. Pax Aurora was a galactic Empire project The project file was kept in the vault on Scarif, of course. Tenzingo Wems found a mention of the an intercepted data packet that was full of... What? What are we talking about here? What is the project? It doesn't say. It just says affiliation with the Galactic Empire. Doesn't say what the project is, though. Interesting. Interesting. As we got 23 people right now currently, that's pretty awesome. Can we smash some freaking likes in the stream? How many likes do we even have? I haven't even checked. Oh, we got 23 likes. Okay, well, thank you all for smashing the like button. Perfect. Where was I? Maggie says, is Omega connected to the Death Star? No. No. I don't think so. Oh, there he goes. Bye, Chop. He's going to take a nap. Wikipedia can be wrong sometimes. Mark Omega is a project that was a part of Palpatine's contingency plan. It's likely. It's definitely likely. But I wonder if it's the Omega that we're talking about, you know? Yeah, no? Building a better Palpatine? Always. Geeks of Muckleby says, Gerard Butler could be a brilliant recast for the late Ray Stevenson. Who would you want... would you want to recast or be creative with the story? Let me open up that question to the chat, as we're talking a little bit about Ahsoka here. But Ahsoka Season 2 is on its way, so it's relevant. It's Star Wars. This is a Star Wars stream. Ray Stevenson, of course, sadly passed away. He plays Baylan Skoll in the first season of Ahsoka. And his character is set up to be an extremely important piece to Season 2. So what would you want to do with that character? Recast him? Or somehow find a way to do it without him? Either do it without him or deep fake his face or kill his character off screen. What do you want to do with Baylan Skoll's character? I think a recast is the most logical thing to do. Maybe even most respectable thing to do. I think it's the only option at this point. I think there's a lot of actors that can do it. A lot of really good actors out there that look very similar to Ray Stevenson, like Gerard Butler, like Geeks of Mackleby says. But I think it's the only way at this point to continue such an important character like Baylan Skoll in Ahsoka Season 2. Because he's not just going to die right away. At least I don't think. Maybe he shows up. Maybe it's Abeloth, and maybe Abeloth kills him right away. Honestly, wouldn't be that upset about that if that was the end of his character. But he's just such an important character, such a cool character from Season 1, that I wouldn't want to see his character go out that way, you know? And although I thought Ray Stevenson did an insanely good performance in that first season, I rewatched Season 1 of Ahsoka on my plane ride to California and back. It's incredible. It's just as good as I thought. I mean, I remembered. Actually better than I remembered. And Ray Stevenson especially is just so good in that. So filling those footsteps is going to be very difficult, but I think it is possible, and I think a recast is probably the right move. And it seems like you guys agree with me in the chat, as a bunch of you are saying recast. Yeah. I don't think we need a deepfake of Baylan Skoll. Recast him, please. I do want to know more about his story. I agree. Yeah. They recasted Dumbledore. That's a little bit different. I know it's not that much different because I'm not a big Harry Potter fan, but Dumbledore was only in, one movie? And then they recasted him? Was it one movie or two? One or two movies? Something like that. But then there's still like 7 more movies or whatever it is. 6 more movies after that. So they weren't just going to not show Dumbledore anymore. And at the time, they didn't have the ability to deepfake. So that wasn't an option. So they needed to recast the character at that point. That was a necessity to recast. I feel like there are other options here for Baylan. I just think the best one is to recast. Yeah, I think so. But I guess we'll have to wait and see, because Season 2 of Ahsoka is going to start filming this year. This year it's going to start filming, which is pretty cool. So I hope that we maybe get an update about this. I hope they're more open about it. Like, they don't have to keep it a secret that they're recasting Baylan Skoll. I think they should be more open about it, respectable to Ray and his family. And maybe, I'm sure they asked his family, like, what they would want to do in this scenario. I'm interested. I'm very interested to say the least, but we'll see. Yeah. John Group says recast may depend on how much of his story is left. If there are big plans for him, then yes. But if they intend on killing him off, then maybe not. Yeah, but the plans probably changed, you know, with Ray Stevenson passing away, because Ray was the perfect cast for that role. I'm not saying that there's not another character or actor who could do it, but it would be very difficult. Darth Drew, what's up? Says, yo, Mike, how was Disney? Disney was awesome. As you can see, we got a chopper right behind us. He likes taking naps, but I like to wake him up from his nap. Disney was awesome. It was an absolute blast. If any of you have the ability to go to Disney and are choosing not to currently, do it. It's very, very fun. It is a lot of money. You go and you spend a lot of money on stuff like you spend a lot of money, but it's worth it. It's a very fun experience, and it's definitely worth doing. Yeah, 100%. Do it. If you can, do it. It's a lot of fun. I did miss streaming, though. I really missed streaming on Tuesday and Thursday last week, and I'm glad to be back. Glad to be back. Oh, yeah. And of course, it just so happened that the 1 week I leave was the 1 week that Disney decided to release the Acolyte trailer, and I didn't get to make a breakdown about it. But I'm not mad. I'm not mad. You're mad. I'm not mad. You're mad. Just kidding. I appreciate it. The subscriber count is still climbing at an astronomical rate. And even last week when I was not really posting anything, I was posting shorts. I scheduled shorts over the week. But it was still like just booming. And I still don't understand it. We just hit 38,000 subscribers before this stream started. And I cannot appreciate any of you guys that hit that subscribe button more. I appreciate it so much. Of course, we have a bunch of shorts that are popping off, absolutely popping off. And that's where all these subscribers are coming from. I'm getting a lot more views on shorts than I am videos and live streams, but I still appreciate all of you guys, especially the ones that show up and support the live streams are probably the not even probably, you guys are the best around the channel, because you guys are the ones who support me the most by watching the live streams, which is awesome. So I appreciate you guys, and thank you for 38,000. Let's get to 40, let's get to 50, let's get to 100. But I appreciate every step of the way. You got to enjoy the ride, you know? Enjoy the ride. Yeah. Enjoy the ride. Cup pour. Yeah, so the deal is, and I'm actually empty on that cup anyway, so can I get some good cups for all orders in the chat, please? Dun, dun. The deal is, when I hit 100,000 subscribers, I made this deal when I was at 10,000 subscribers, and that was only 2 weeks ago, so I'm getting a little scared. But when I hit 100,000 subscribers, this cup will be filled to the top, like it is actually right now almost. Filled to the top, and I will dump it on my head live. I will dump it on my head live for you guys when we hit 10,000 subscribers. We will also be doing a massive 10,000 subscriber giveaway. That'll be a very, very cool stream. That stream, I'm working on something pretty big in the back end of behind the scenes on possibly getting a surprise guest for the 100,000 stream. So that would be pretty damn cool. By the way, we just passed 30 current viewers for the first time since the Ahsoka show, so I appreciate all you being here. Hit that subscribe if you want to see me dump this entire cup of water on my head. Yes. What did you do to that poor cup? I know, it's been beat up and battered around, but that's why it's a good cup. It follows orders, you know? Good cups follow orders. That's the whole gist of the thing, you know? You have to explain to newbies the good cup follows orders. Okay, so let me do that. This cup, it's been through some stuff. Clearly, it's a Rise of Skywalker cup, and it's been through some stuff. And that the reason we say good cups follow orders when I pull this out on the stream is because this is this massive cup, and it needs recognition. But also, it's been through some stuff. So it's a good cup. It follows orders. You know, the deal. The deal. Yeah. Where was I? We got completely off topic there. We absolutely off topic. But let's get back on here. Oh. Balin recast. So yeah, I think recast is definitely probably the right thing to do if they've okayed it with his family and all that stuff. And Gerard Butler would be a great pick. Absolutely great pick. 100%. Yeah. David says, I don't think Rex wore the Scout Trooper armor. In fact, Rex would still likely be wearing his traditional clone armor in the Battle of Endor if it was Rex. Maybe. I mean, he doesn't have to be wearing his armor. It would be cool to have him wearing his armor, but I doubt he would be wearing his armor, you know? Skywalker Academy says, well, Omega could be a part of the Final Order as well. I think maybe her blood might be involved in some way, but I don't think she's involved directly with that, you know? Rolo says, is it too late to bring... is it too late to bring Starkiller into canon? No and yes. I think they'll have to nerf him like crazy if they're going to bring Starkiller into canon. Would you guys want to see Starkiller in canon? Tell me in the chat. I think that a lot of people would probably say no to that, just because he's so powerful and they don't want to see him be depowered to just be brought into canon. But maybe. Maggie says, we need a video of a conversation between you and Chopper. A full-on video? Well, that's what the live streams are about, right, Chop? Yeah. All right. Well, I'll try my best to get Chopper a microphone, because that would be actually hilarious. And he wants one, clearly. John Groom says, who would you prefer they bring into canon? Starkiller or Luke Skywalker, the cloned version of Luke Skywalker? Luke. A cloned Luke Skywalker would be so damn cool. It would be so cool. Getting to see Luke versus Luke. Granted, they both be deep-faked Luke Skywalkers, but it would still be cool. It would still be really, really cool. And it would allow Luke going into hiding to be a lot more meaningful. They use Luke Skywalker's blood to create a cloned version of him. If he doesn't go into hiding, then they could get his blood to create a whole army of Force-sensitive clones of Luke. So it would mean more to the story, I think, if they cloned Luke Skywalker. Yeah. David says, Hera did find Chopper's crashed ship in lore during the time of the Clone Wars itself. Yeah, that's how Chopper gets found by Hera. That's how Hera gets Chopper. This is the way says, everything is connected. It's like poetry. It rhymes. I already read that, but yes. Rose says, I love me some Thrawn. Timothy Zahn books are my fave in the EU. They're very good books. I actually like Timothy Zahn's canon Thrawn trilogy as well, but that's a whole nother thing. The sequels have those connections, but, well, no, just go down to the bottom. Oh, no. The sequels have those connections, but they are so ambiguous that everybody misses them. Yes and no. Like, think about the prequel trilogy and the original trilogy. The connections there are all over the place. Like, all of the hidden details, or even like, for example, Anakin Skywalker choosing between Mace Windu and Palpatine, and he chooses, obviously, Palpatine by chopping off Mace Windu's arm, and then Mace Windu gets thrown out the window. Like, Anakin's sitting there with a choice in front of him, light side or dark side, and he chooses dark side. Then, in Return of the Jedi, he has the same exact choice to make. Luke Skywalker getting electrocuted by Palpatine, and Palpatine electrocuting him, light side, dark side. He has to choose, and he chooses light side this time, and kills Palpatine, saving the entire galaxy. It's like the most poetic thing going on there. That's just one example. There's so many throughout the prequels and the original trilogy, connections between the two. The sequel trilogy doesn't have nearly as much of that. Yes, there is some of it, but not nearly as much. It has connections within itself, like Han Solo and Kylo Ren having the scene where I know what I have to do, I just don't know if I have the strength to do it, and then he says the same thing in Rise of Skywalker. That's a very cool scene, but it's not connecting to the other trilogies, if that makes sense. Rolo says, since there have been 2 actors who have played Luke in the Mandoverse, do you think they will have Luke's clone in the Heir to the Empire? Since there have been 2 actors who played... Well, Luke in the Mandoverse is deepfaked. Yes, there is an actor who is playing Luke, but he has deepfake over his face, so it's not really him, you know? But do I think that they will have a cloned version of Luke? Yes, I think they will. I hope they will. It'll be cool. Yeah. Nick says, do you think Emery will be important or just simply a clone? I think if Emery isn't important, that's a mistake. And I don't think they've made many mistakes at all in this Bad Batch season at all. Yes, you weren't a mistake for being in it either. Yeah, okay. Just had to bring that up. I get it. If they brought in Emery and they didn't use her and she was just another clone, it would be a mistake. She's a female clone. That's very important. Omega was supposed to be the only female clone, and that was extremely important. Then they brought in Emery, and we were like, hang on, there's another one? That's important. So she has to have some sort of important role in this story in the 3rd season, or else that's a mistake. Bringing her in at all is a mistake. Yeah. When does Thrawn die? Well, Maggie, I don't know. I think we're going to find out in the Heir to the Empire trilogy, which is hopefully a trilogy. That's coming out in the next couple of years. I'm sure he'll die to either Luke or Mando or Ahsoka or Ezra or somebody in that time period, and he'll die then. But I hope his death is done correctly. Yeah. I hope Emery will be important. Me too, Fearless. Me too. All right, here we go. Recast. Okay, it seems like you all want to recast. Yeah. Darth Drew says, also, thoughts on the amount of turmoil surrounding the Acolyte trailer. All right, let's talk about the Acolyte trailer a little bit here. Just for a little bit. Because we're talking Bad Batch predictions, of course. The Acolyte trailer. Here's my take on it. I absolutely loved that trailer. It got me so excited for the Acolyte show. Way more excited than I ever was. The characters in it are intriguing. The fact that Ahch-To might have been in the trailer is intriguing. Of course, Mysterious Sith is intriguing. The brand new time period that it takes place in is intriguing. If you go back and watch the Saturday stream, I go off for like 10 minutes about how corrupt the Jedi were in the prequel trilogy and how the Acolyte's going to connect to all that and all this stuff. I'm still on board with that. I absolutely love that aspect of the prequel trilogy, and I hope it expands on that more. A possible connection to the Dawn of the Jedi movie, awesome. I loved the trailer. Now, the stuff surrounding the trailer, the Leslie Headland stuff, the fandom not really liking, some other political was the word I was looking for, things around it, I don't care. I really don't care. Politics don't belong in any conversation around Star Wars unless it's the politics in Star Wars. That's the whole gist of Star Wars, is to take you out of the real world and put you into a galaxy far, far away. That's why we don't talk about any of that shit on this channel. It's not for discussion. And I won't even talk about it. I don't want to talk about it because it's not relevant. If the show's good, it's good. I'm gonna say it's good. And right now, the trailer was good. It was good. I'm excited for the show, and I can't wait to see it. That's my take on the Acolyte, and I'm sticking to it. Now, tell me if you liked the Acolyte trailer in the chat, because I know a lot of us in this community especially loved the trailer and are extremely excited for it, and that pleases me a lot. I was really hoping that I wasn't going to be the only one who liked the trailer. So yeah, tell me in the chat if you liked the Acolyte trailer for sure. But yeah, that's my thoughts. The fact that it has more dislikes than likes is concerning, is absolutely concerning. But it also had the most views of any Star Wars Disney Plus trailer in the first 24 hours. That's great. Great news. Absolutely great news. Yeah. Ian, what's up, says, don't forget us now, you're famous, Mike. Ian, I would never forget you. And I'm definitely not famous. I don't think I will ever feel like I'm famous even if I got to like a bajillion subscribers. That's just not a thing that I'm going to feel. I don't think. But no, you guys are the rock, the foundation of this channel, of course, and I'll never forget any of you. Unless I do. And if I do, I really apologize. Okay, job. Yeah, laugh it up, fuzzball. Yeah, sure. Safel says, does Ray Stevenson have a brother? Because the Mandalorian cast General Hux's real-life brother as his father. That's true. I don't think he does. Let's look it up, though. Let's look it up. Ray Stevenson brother? Brother? He does have a brother. He does have a brother. I don't think he's an actor, though. He doesn't really look like him. So I don't think that's going to work. Can't really play the same character, you know? Like General Hux's brother couldn't play him, you know? It's a good thought, though. Look at all those Good Cups followers in the chat. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Ian says, Good Cups give us wet t-shirt content. Oh, God. Well, I'm hoping that the Good Cups Fall Orders will get on a t-shirt at some point. At some point this year, I promise you guys, there will be a merch shop to this channel. It's coming, okay? It's coming. I hope. We're working on some designs in the back end, slowly but surely. 38K now? You'll be more like 40K by the weekend. I hope so. That'd be awesome. That'd be insane. Yeah. I think Lev Schreiber would be a great Balin Skull recast. Lev Schreiber's a good cast too, for sure. I think Gerard Butler's probably a little bit better, but the both of them look very similar, for sure. And there's a few others too. Skywalker Academy says, not her, but the word Omega is the Greek whatchamacallit and is the last number/letter in the final order. Oh, I get you. Alpha's the first and Omega's the last. That's true. That is true in the alphabet. Interesting. So it could be sort of alluding to the final order. I get you. I get you. Omega then, Boba then Omega. Yeah, what about Boba Fett? Do you guys think Boba Fett will show up in this third season? Should we poll that up? Should we end this poll? I want to see where this poll ended, by the way. Let's end the poll. We're ending the poll. Do you guys think Darth Vader will be in this third season? 45% of you said yes. Wow. 45%. The math is not mathing, but that's okay. 29% said no, and 24% said maybe. So that's very interesting. Vader showing up would be wild. Now let's talk about Boba Fett. Let's pull this up now. Because Boba Fett, I think, is probably more likely than Vader, but let's pull it up. Do you think, jeez, I can't type today. Boba Fett will show up. I can't type today. Jeez, guys. Show up in the Bad Batch Season 3. Yes, no, and should I add a maybe? I'll add a maybe. I'll add a maybe. Whoops. Maybe. Yes, no, or maybe. Boba Fett? You think Boba Fett will show up? 100% he will. Interesting. Interesting. Let's see where this poll ends up. Let's see where this one ends up. Right off the bat, it's 50% maybe. Oh, 50% maybe. Interesting. 45% yes. Is it going to be the same exact poll? Imagine it's the same exact answer as the Vader one. That'd be crazy. All right, let me scroll back up here, catch up on these. Skywalker Academy says, don't argue with me. I'm older than dirt, and I know what connections are. Oh, I appreciate that. Darth Drew says, my only hope with Star Wars is the Bad Batch and anything... My only hopes with Star Wars is the Bad Batch and anything that Dave Filoni touches. I'm not thrilled with how the Acolyte looks. I feel like it's going to feel very Disney. Interesting. Just based off of the trailer, I got more of the feel of the prequel trilogy. I got more of George Lucas's Star Wars, just based off of the trailer only. Yeah, just based off of the trailer. But with that being said, I understand what you mean. It feels a little bit less like Dave Filoni has much to do with this project, and that concerns a lot of people, and I understand. Like Kenobi, Dave Filoni wasn't really involved on, and that one's a little bit more shaky. Even, I guess, the Acolyte. So, yes, I would love to have Dave Filoni be in charge, or at least have hands on a lot of projects like... Okay, Chopper's going to bed. Like the Acolyte. So now that he has this new position, he might be more involved, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. Knights of Melvin, what's up, Melvin? How we doing? Says Omega is greater than Boba. No way. Melvin's hyping up a Disney character? Is there like a full moon tonight or something? What's going on? Skywalker Academy says, they said Kylo Ren is the reverse Vader, and I see Rey as the reverse Anakin. She was sold as a slave. She becomes good at fixing things, and she learns how to fly and repair through working on Unkar. Oh, working for Unkar, yes. She's the reverse Anakin? That sounds like the same Anakin. No? Darth Drew says, I feel like the actor looks like... Wait. I just feel like the actors look like Galaxy's Edge Disney cast members, not prequel actors. I'm terrified that the story will be hollow. But they're not the same characters from the prequel trilogy. They're brand new cast of characters. From the Acolyte, you're saying? I actually disagree. I think this cast, and they did it correctly, is loaded. They got the main lead from Squid Games. They got Amanda Steinberg as the lead of this show. They got the girl from Matrix, Carrie-Anne Moss. They got the girl from Logan, Daphne Keane. They tried to make it a win, you know? you know? Melvin is on a whole new level today. How dare you not like the sequel trilogy? Melvin's a big sequel lover, apparently. Same. I hope we see more of Reva Reva in the future. Okay, Reva, there you go. More Reva. You heard it here first. Knights of Melvin says he wants more Reva. Officer Murdoch says, what do you think about fans who cry about weak Star Wars and Disney is killing Star Wars? Aren't they annoying? Yes, they're annoying, obviously. But the fact of the matter is, people who say that Disney is killing Star Wars... Oh, no. Here we go. Okay. Let me put it this way. To say that Star Wars is dead is just an incorrect statement. And that's not even an objective statement. Or sorry, it's not even... That is a fact. We'll put it that way. Because Star Wars would only be dead if there's no more content coming out. There's more content coming out. Now, you could argue that the content is not good. That's an argument that you could have all day long. But that's your opinion. And mine and many others are the opposite. Thinking that the content is really good. Now, to say that Disney themselves, since they bought the company 12 years ago, has destroyed or killed or whatever you want to call it, Star Wars, I think is incorrect. Now, that can be your perception of what's happening with Star Wars right now, but I actually think if you argued with this person, or not even argued, had a conversation with this person, they would agree with you that not only Rogue One is a great movie, but also that The Mandalorian's good as well, and maybe even Ahsoka, and maybe even The Bad Batch, and maybe even the Clone Wars Season 7, and maybe even Tales of the Jedi, and maybe even Rebels, and maybe even all these other projects. Yes, they'll probably think that the sequel trilogy is not that good, or maybe they hate the sequel trilogy more than they've hated anything in their entire lives, but I think they will agree with you when you say that Rogue One is good. Maybe even Solo is good. The Mandalorian's good. Clone Wars Season 7 was good. And then it's like, well, then how did Disney kill Star Wars? They created all those projects. They're the ones that have kept it afloat, to say the least. I think if George Lucas kept Star Wars, we would have gotten some projects, but not nearly to the extent of what the projects we're getting now. And now, of course, we're in good hands. Dave Filoni is now the CCO of the company, and he's going to oversee every Star Wars project that's created. So to those people who say that Star Wars is dead, I say, well, then why the hell are you watching a channel that's called The Guy Who Loves Star Wars? That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say. Yeah. Fearless says, I love the trailer. Me too. Darth Drew says, I do think that Disney has made some great Star Wars. Rebels, Bad Batch, Clone Wars, Rogue One, Mando, Ahsoka, and even Solo was great. I absolutely agree. And for those people who don't like the sequel trilogy, then you're saying the wrong thing. It's that the sequel trilogy wasn't your favorite, or the sequel trilogy was horrible, or whatever you feel of the sequel trilogy is what you can say. But to say that Disney killed Star Wars, or all Disney Star Wars is trash, whatever you want to call it, it's just wrong. It's just wrong. Maggie says, I know I can't move from my spot until there's a good cup follow orders. Every time I move, you call it. Oh, damn, Maggie, sorry. You could say it now. Fearless says, it was so creepy because his brother, Hux actor, Damal Gleason, has the same voice. Well, yeah, they have similar voices. They're brothers, obviously. Melvin, what are you on today? In Dave Filoni we trust, he said the prequel trilogy and the OG trilogy were terrible. Oh, well, that's just wrong. That's just wrong. See, that's the thing. I feel as though, and maybe I'm wrong, people who love the sequel trilogy aren't going out there saying the prequels and the original trilogies are terrible. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm absolutely wrong on that, but I'm not one going around saying that I love the sequel trilogy, so I wouldn't know. But, yeah. Why won't the math? I don't know. I guess math just doesn't math in Star Wars. Darth Drew says, I was really just heartbroken on the sequel trilogy and how disjointed the stories were. I feel like so much content is being made to have to explain what the sequel trilogy was. Yeah, but honestly, that might be for the better. Obviously, the sequel trilogy I wish was better just off the jump, but now we can have all this story to explore what it is, if that made sense at all. Luke Skywalker's Jedi Temple has to be a story that's told now to explain it. There's even stories that have to be told, like the Bad Batch, that help explain it, which is cool. I think it's cool. Now, would I have liked the sequel trilogy to be a masterpiece the first time? Yes. But it is what it is. Yeah, no? Rose says, I think Emery is going to turn. You see her face at the end of the episode when they escape. It looks like regret. She tried her best to shield Omega, and I hope that she helps the Bad Batch from inside. I think she will. I think she definitely will. I think by the end of this, Emery will be a good guy and help the Bad Batch out. I think that's probably the purpose of her character even being introduced, is to have her help the Bad Batch out in the end. Yeah. Ian says, is there a watch party tomorrow? Yes, there is, Ian. There will be a watch party at 3 a.m. Eastern Standard, actually 2:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are back on the watch parties, of course, so that will happen at 2:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Maggie says, maybe. He said he didn't see other clones as family, so he probably won't care. I don't know who you're talking about, but yes. I liked Solo too. I don't understand why there's so much hate against it. Solo's an interesting one for me. I loved Solo. I think it's a great movie. The reason why it failed has to do with a lot of different things. One being The Last Jedi. It came out right before it. A lot of fans were really turned off by that movie. But I think more of it has to do with Harrison Ford not being Solo. And I think Disney, I liked Alden Ehrenreich as Solo. I did. I liked Donald Glover as Lando. But I think Disney saw that they lost money on it, and saw that they had to make a change. And that's why we're getting all the deepfake and stuff, you know? Solo's a great movie. Yeah. It was a full moon last night. There you go. Yoda Joe. What's up, Yoda Joe? You got a new puppy? What? I want to see the puppy. Where's the puppy? Skywalker Academy, send that to the Discord if you have a picture of your puppy. Puppy. Darth Drew says, my only issue is that they've made 5 films and not one touches the original 6. I just want to be amazed. Not one touches. Like to the quality of the original 6. I just want to be amazed when I see it on the big screen. I disagree. I actually think Rogue One is up there with the best of the best. I have Rogue One at 3 or 4 on my list of best Star Wars movies. It goes Revenge of the Sith, Empire Strikes Back, and then it might even go Rogue One. It's either Rogue One or Return of the Jedi. They're kind of like tied. So it's up there for one of the best. I think they did make one of the best Star Wars movies ever. And that's what gives me hope. I hope the Mando movie's great. I mean, Jon Favreau is an incredible director, so we'll see. Wookie Talk says George Lucas co-wrote everything through Rebels animation. Did he really? I don't know about that. Ian says Emery kills Omega to save her from Palpatine. No way. Imagine just offs Omega like, I'm gonna save you, and just kills her. That would be very sad. Knights of Melvin says the prequels in the original trilogy weren't terrible. No room for negativity, but the sequel will always be superior. Melvin, I don't know what you're on today, but I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. Darth Drew says, I know you haven't seen Dune 2 yet. Oh, wait. How could I forget to mention this? I saw Dune 2 on Sunday. I finally saw it. And let me tell you, actually, let me read Darth. Let me leave you guys on a cliffhanger there. Darth Drew says, I know you haven't seen Dune 2, but it was the closest experience I've had to a movie like Revenge of the Sith. I want it to be amazing. I want it to be submerged into the world that they are building. I agree with that. But here we go. I watched Dune 2. Now let me tell you, I absolutely hated nothing about that movie. No, just kidding. Okay, so here's my thing. I liked Dune 2. I did. I really, really liked it. I watched Dune 1 on the plane ride home. After I finished Ahsoka season 1, I had like 2 hours, so I watched Dune 1 again on the plane ride home. And then I watched Dune 2 in theaters on Sunday in IMAX. Was it a good movie? Yes. Was it a great movie? Yes. Was it like the greatest movie I've ever seen? No. No. Full stop. No. It was better than 2. I mean, better than 1. It was better than the first Dune movie. It should have been 2 movies. I've been having this argument with a buddy of mine for the last 2 days. It should have been 2 movies. There's so much story that wasn't explored that should have been explored. And it told so much in the 3.5, felt like 5 hours that it was, should have been 2 movies. It could have been a trilogy, and then you could have another trilogy that's the spoiler alert, not really spoiler at all, but the Holy War. So you could go from 1 trilogy and do 2 trilogies. Why not? Should have been 2 movies. I will die on that grave. Like should have been 2 movies. It should have been 2 movies. But it was good. It was great, even. It was really, really good. I will give it that. The acting's incredible. Timothée Chalamet's incredible. My problem with it is Star Wars is easy. Not that it's like kiddie or easy, like it's made for kids, because it is. But it's easy. Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader. Easy names. Han Solo, Chewie. Then you got Lisa Al-Galib, or whatever the hell you said. Baron Vladimir Haranen. Baron Farnin. I'm still pretty sure that Zendaya's character's name is Johnny, but that doesn't make any sense. It's just too, like, you have to be very into the lore and very into the characters and invested in watching it over and over and over again to even catch whose name is who. Whose name is what? Paul Atreides has like 12 different names. And I just finally got down Paul Atreides. So that's my take on Dune. Not going to spend too much time on it. I really enjoyed the movie. I'm very excited for the 3rd one. Very excited. But it should have been 2 movies. It should have been a big cliffhanger ending. Maybe when they showed Elvis Presley, they should have just ended it there and gave it a cliffhanger ending. Like, this is the new bad guy. He's going to have to deal with him in the 3rd movie. Ended it there. The problem with it is the names. I've been referring to these characters as their names in other things. Josh Brolin, he's Thanos. When I refer to his character, it's Thanos. When I refer to Oscar Isaac from the first movie, it's Poe Dameron. I don't know his name. We got to see Drax versus Thanos again in the 2nd one. Spoiler alert. That's my problem. So there's a few issues I have with the movie, but overall, it's a great story. It's a great premise. Obviously, it's an old story. It's from a book from the freaking whatevers. Whenever the book was written, I don't even know. 50s maybe? I don't know. But it's a good story. I can't wait for the 3rd one. Just, you gotta spend some more time with these characters. You're just going boom, 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 boom. Like, wait, hold up, slow down, please. Give it some time to breathe here. We just sped through too much story too fast. Too fast. Too fast. Josh Brolin is Cable from Deadpool 2. Yes, he is indeed. But he's also Thanos. Yeah. So yes, I saw Dune 2. Yes, I enjoyed it quite a bit. But it does have its issues. And it should have been 2 movies. Yeah. That's my take, and I'm sticking to it. Officer Murdoch says, I watched Dune 1, but the soundtrack was unbearable to me. What? Unbearable? Really? I thought the soundtrack was really good. Dune 1 is a little bit weird to me, too. I felt like that should have just been the start of a movie. So, like, the pacing is off in both movies in almost completely different ways. Like, the first movie, almost nothing happens except for everybody dies. Then the second movie, so much happens that it should have been, like, 3 movies. You know? I do agree with you with Rogue One as an exception. I am one with the Force, and the Force is with me. Exactly. Iconic. Yeah. We were past the 2-hour mark. You're kidding. Oh my God, we're at the 2-hour and 15-minute mark. How? What? Chopper, turn back on. I need you, buddy. I need you. We've passed the 2-hour mark. I know. Wake up from your nap. You got work to do. Melvin says, can't wait for your watch party tomorrow. I got a lot of good theories. I don't know if you're sarcastic or not, Melvin, but I appreciate it. Even Chopper appreciates it. Wookie Talk says, there are fates far worse than death. That's true. Dune could be the new Star Wars. Again, watching it only made me realize that it can't be. It really can't be. Star Wars is just such its own thing that even Rebel Moon came out in December. It was good. Cannot be the next Star Wars. Dune is good. It cannot be the next Star Wars. Star Wars is just its own thing. It's so much superior to everything else. It's insane. And that's not coming from a biased bias or anything. Not somebody who is talking about don't pay attention to anything about. It's just untouchable. Untouchable. Drew says, I love the complexity of Dune. It is like Star Wars meets Game of Thrones. Yes, but it's more Game of Thrones than it is Star Wars. I'll give you that. And with Star Wars being based on Dune, it's great. I think Star Wars is more approachable. Yes, that's kind of what I would use to say it too. And yes, Dune is, of course, it came first. George Lucas takes a lot of aspects from Dune and uses it in Star Wars. And I'm not saying that, there's all this Dune is better than Star Wars because it came first, or Star Wars is better than Dune because, no, the two can live and coincide together, but I just think Star Wars is way better. Yeah. Are you doing a watch party for Bad Batch Bad Batch episode 9? Yes, I am. It will start at 2:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yes, indeed it will. Indeed it will. This is the way says, what the hell? Did I just go? Oh, here we go. This is the way says, Mike, can I call you Mike? Yes, you can. I love your take on Dune 2. I couldn't agree more. Thank you. Thank you. Somebody agrees with me. Yeah, I absolutely love the movie, but it just had some issues, And yes, you can call me Mike. Rose says, Dune books are actually inspired, are what actually inspired George Lucas, so it came first. That's true, and I appreciate it. It came first. Fantastic. Round of applause. It's just not better. Yeah. Salty Texas Ranger, what's up? How we doing? That is wild, too. Yeah, Hans Zimmer is very good. He's no John Williams, but he's good. Dune names sound like dinosaur names. Yeah, kind of. They sound just like Lord of the Rings names only, like Galadriel and Saruman and like stuff like that, Yeah. Did you get that chopper from Galaxy's Edge? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. He doesn't think he's an object. My time is 1:45. Oh, there you go. Oh, wait, 1:45 your time is when it releases. 12:45 your time, or when I'm going live? Okay, I get you. It must be nice. I wish it was freaking midnight when I went live. I have to wake up at 2 in the morning? Just kidding. I do it for you guys. Not really, I do it for the Star Wars content, but. Rose says, just letting the chat know, it's snowing here and it's thundering lightning. Pretty cool. I live on top of a mountain. Thought I'd like to share that. That's pretty cool, Rose. You live on top of a mountain where it's thunder and lightning and snowing? That's crazy. I don't think it's doing anything here. I think it's a nice and sunshiny day. But it's cold. It's really cold. This is the way it says, Dune was visually awesome, but come on, man. It was slow, and yes, you are right, it didn't spend enough time with the characters. I don't think I like any of the characters other than Zendaya's. I like the characters, I just wish they spent more time with the characters so I would like them even more, But it is very visually stunning, yes. I just want Lucasfilm to develop a movie with the scale and love that they put into Dune. That's what I want. Yeah, that's what I want too. If every Star Wars project was given the care that... what's his face? I don't even remember his name. The guy who did Dune, put into Dune, then we'd be in a good spot. Yeah, for sure. Okay, Gaming Live. Thanks, I guess. That's inappropriate. Hold Oh, he lost an arm. Chopper lost an arm. His arm is gone. Fell off. Galaxy's Edge. Hilarious. Hilarious. Funny. Appreciate it. Star Wars is better. Yeah, it is. Did you get that Chopper from Galaxy's Edge? Indeed, I did. There's nothing better than Star Wars, isn't there? Isn't there? Dot Drew says, I just want Ahsoka Season 2 now. Would love 2 episodes of The Bad Batch tomorrow as well. But now we're just getting 1. But that's okay. We'll take 1. We'll take them as we get them. Chopper dance. Chopper does dance. Stop disarming Chopper. It wasn't me! That's such an evil laugh. Lightning, Palpatine must be visiting. Ha, hilarious. Did you watch Wingman yet? I have not. I gotta put it on my list. I went to Ghostbuster Frozen Empire last night. 7.5 out of 10. Really? I've heard some bad things, honestly. I've not heard good things. I didn't even see the last Ghostbuster movie. What was it called? Something, Ghostbuster something? I don't know. I didn't see it. Not like that. Yeah. Okay, by the way, 52% of you do think we will be seeing Boba Fett in this 3rd season. Dr. Drew says, will we be getting a Kanan, flashback to Kanan in live action? And will it be Freddie Prinze Jr.? I don't think we will. I don't think Kanan's going to be coming to live action in any sort of flashback. Now, maybe we see him in maybe like a picture like we did in Season 1. But, yeah, no, I don't think so. I don't think Kanan's coming into live action. I don't see room for like unless maybe it's like Sabine training and they get a flashback to her training with Kanan. That would be kind of cool. Chopper wants to see Kanan. Yeah, he does. Yeah. Yeah. Rose says, that's Filoni laughing at you, a.k.a. Chopper. I guess so. He's laughing at me from behind me. Dr. Drew says, dude, have you watched Shogun yet? I haven't. I actually haven't. I've heard really good things about Shogun. I have. I really have. But no, I have not. I have not. This is the way, says Mike. If Omega survives the season, what do you predict? What are your predictions on what they would do with the character? Hiding? Or will she show up later in the timeline? Will be interesting. Need her in the Mandoverse if she lives. Yeah, I think if she does live, I think you could see another animated show following her and Asajj Ventress, and maybe their sort of creating of the hidden path or something like that with Quinlan Voss and stuff. But if you don't get that, I could still see her coming into live action in the Mandoverse. Somewhere up in there. Yeah, for sure. Her coming into contact with Boba Fett in live action. Tamara Morrison, and I always say this, but Tamara Morrison in a blonde wig would be hilarious. Right, Chop? Exactly. Salty's Texas Ranger says, my kids had fun with Ghostbusters. I laughed a lot, but I did have a couple issues with it. Well, there you go. As long as the kids have fun. Skywalker Academy says, most likely seeing everyone the Bad Batch has helped come to fight them at the end, including Kanan, Sid, and Mochi. I doubt Mochi because Mochi's now with Jabba the Hutt, so I really doubt that. But Kanan and Sid, again, I hate Sid, but Kanan, yes, probably, or maybe. More likely Harrison Dula and Gungi and all those others, Fennec Shand. What if she survives and Omega helps Luke with his new order? That would be crazy. Again, it depends on how Force sensitive she really is, but we'll see. Yeah. Shogun is awesome. Well, there you go. We got some Shogun love in the chat. I have not watched it or started watching it, but so we'll see. If we get a Reva type character in the Acolyte, I may cry / break my Lego Death Star. Oh, that would be a bummer. But I doubt we will. It's going to be a brand new cast of characters, so I hope not. Reva was a problem for a lot of fans because she took away from the screen time of Obi-Wan and Anakin. There's no real Obi-Wan and Anakins in this Acolyte show because those are 2 very legacy-driven characters. Yeah. Tony says, with Star Wars, you get involved with the characters, get emotional when something bad occurs with them. The stories that you get involve you will teach you real-world lessons about family issues. That's true. Star Wars is more about those mythos and stuff that George Lucas liked to throw in there, and you feel for these characters a lot more than other things. Yeah. Don't break the Lego Death Star. I know, that would be brutal. Who survives a lightsaber attack fighting against Vader besides his son? That's true. She does get stabbed. She should have just died there. If she just died there, her character would have been a lot better because she fought Vader in a pretty cool way and got absolutely destroyed by him. Should have died there. Should have died there. Yes, Omega will help Ventress and Quinlan with the hidden path. Maybe with the assist occasionally with Rex, Wolf, and Gregor. That would be cool. Yeah. Then Kylo Ren will kill her. That would be awesome. Imagine Omega's death is like in an Order 66 type fashion in Luke's Jedi Temple to Kylo Ren. That'd be pretty cool. What's the hidden path? So the hidden path has been established throughout Kenobi, comics, and the Jedi games. The hidden path is where the Jedi it's like the underground railroad of Star Wars, where the Jedi who survived Order 66 are hiding from the Empire, and they go through this hidden path that is protected by the rebellion, or the early stages of the rebellion. The Grand Inquisitor should have died too. Yeah, stabbing him was kind of dumb. Yeah. Yeah. I need a T-shirt that says "I survived the Bad Batch." If we don't all die with broken hearts, that'd be funny. See, the thing with making merch is you can't really make merch that says Star Wars things on it. You can't have something that says Grogu or a picture of Grogu or says Chopper or says Bad Batch on it, but you can have things that allude to it. So that's where the making merch with Star Wars is hard to do. That's why we're working on some intricate designs behind the scenes, you know? Dodge Drew says, I want to see Omega use the Force. We did see meditation. I was like, oh shit, is the rock going to start floating? I think she needs training first to start doing that. And I think Asajj Ventress is the way to get to that, you know? Yeah. My KKIMC, I guess I'm just going to go with that, says, hi, I'm a new subscriber here to the channel. I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. And if any of you guys aren't subscribed yet, hit that freaking subscribe button, as we are on the road to 40K, and then the road to 50K, and then the road to 100K, where we'll dump this entire cup of water on my head. And do an awesome, cool giveaway, too, with special guests. Rose says, no, I hope Omega doesn't go anywhere near Luke's academy. Well, she has to die eventually, and that would be a pretty cool death if I do say so myself. Yeah. Darth Drew says, also, Riva knows who Luke was. Like, what? I know, yeah. Now she's still alive? Like, she survived the show. If she died at the end, it would have been a lot different, but she survived. So. Okay, Chopper. I get it. It's time to go to bed. Darth Drew says, like and subscribe, you Jawas. I think my chatbot just thought that Jawas was like a slur of some sort because that didn't come through. Maggie says, anyone stabbed like Qui-Gon should survive. What? Or his sacrifice was worthless, like if Tech came back. Anyone stabbed like Qui-Gon? I disagree. Where Qui-Gon was stabbed should remain dead. Like, he's stabbed right in the middle of his, right below his, it goes right through almost his lungs and his spine. Where Sabine is stabbed on the left side, where there's almost no major arteries, or there is no major arteries, that is a survivable thing in Star Wars. Qui-Gon, he definitely dead. Yeah. Gaming with B-Man. What's up, B-Man? Sends a YouTube emoji. What is that? That's pretty cool. And thanks for the thumbs up, too. All right, smash a freaking like if you haven't on the stream yet. I'm going to end this poll, by the way. Drop any crazy last-minute predictions for Episode 9 of The Bad Batch in the chat before we get on out of here. All right, let's end this poll. Let's see where it's at. Any crazy predictions we got left? I think we're definitely seeing Asajj Ventress tonight. 100% seeing Asajj Ventress tonight. And maybe, just maybe, we'll get finally the reveal of the clone assassin, but we'll see. We'll see. All right, so do you think Boba Fett will be in the third season of The Bad Batch? 53% of you say yes, 33% say maybe, and only 13% say no. So you guys think it's way more likely that we will be seeing Boba Fett in this third season rather than Vader, which is interesting. And I actually probably agree. I agree. All right, we didn't go into any articles today, but that's okay because we didn't really have much articles to get into. This was more of a prediction stream anyway. But I have to remind you guys that on May 3rd, The Phantom Menace is coming back to the big screen. I am ordering my tickets, I believe, tonight or tomorrow. So if you haven't ordered your tickets yet, you best get on that because they are probably selling fast. It's in select theaters across, I believe, the globe, but I could be wrong. So on May 3rd, The Phantom Menace is coming to the big screen again, and this is the popcorn bucket that's coming with it. This is pretty cool. So it returns to the theater. And on May the 4th, we're actually getting the entire Skywalker saga in select theaters. The entire Skywalker saga all day long will be in theaters. So that's pretty cool as well. So yeah, that's pretty damn cool if I do say so myself. I'm definitely going to see it. You need the cup. Oh, should I get a new cup for the Good Cups Follow Orders? I definitely gotta get the cup. You're right. You are right, indeed. Should I just collect Star Wars cups at this point? I got Rise of Skywalker. Got to get the Phantom Menace and just go in order. That'd be cool. I want the popcorn bucket too. I got some popcorn buckets from other movies. Guys, I'm gonna blow your mind. So yes, this is all Star Wars stuff behind me, but just off screen. Try and guess what's in my hand right now. Can I get some guesses in the chat? Just off screen, unrelated to Star Wars. It's related to another franchise. It's a popcorn bucket. The Good Cup will never be replaced. It won't be replaced, but maybe rotate cups. Yeah, there you go. It's a popcorn bucket from a different franchise from last year. That's your hint. 2023. My arm is getting really tired, so please start guessing. Did you get the Dune popcorn bucket? No, I wish I did. That would have been awesome. All right, my arm's getting too tired. I'm putting it down here. Indiana Jones? No, but good guess. Cerveza Crystal? No. Loki? That's a good guess, but no. Think about movies from different franchises of last year. Such a weird popcorn bucket. Transformers? No. Star Wars? No. Do you think that they are making a new movie? Yeah, they're making new movies for sure. The Mando movie, the Rey movie, the Dawn of the Jedi movie. Transformers? No. Nobody's guessing it. Spider-Man? He's on to something. Harry Potter? No. I'm blanking. Captain Marvel? No, but good guess. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? No. No. Spidey? Close. Across the Spider-Verse? Yes. Miles Morales popcorn bucket. It opens in the back for some reason. So you're supposed to eat. Oh, so you're supposed to eat it like this, I guess. It's honestly a horrible setup. There's like a lip here. My hand barely fits in this thing. I guess I never used it as a popcorn bucket, but it is a popcorn bucket. Miles right there. This thing is sweet. They literally just took Miles' head and chopped it off, clean off right here, right there. So that is right off the screen over here. I do have some other things off screen, but they're mostly Star Wars things. Yeah. That looks cool anyway. It does look cool, but it's not really built for eating popcorn. I guess I never ate popcorn out of it, I guess. I guess you could technically eat popcorn out of Boba Fett's helmet. So you just flip it upside down. Put some popcorn in it. That'd be a lot of popcorn. There you go. Perfect. Do you know of a 10 movie? Oh, will there be a 10th movie? Probably not. Episode 10, most likely not. Probably not. It's the Rey movie, but it's probably not going to be episode 10, you know? Your chair looks comfy. It is comfy. But if you sit in it for too long, like your butt starts to hurt. But I guess that goes with anything. Just working too hard, you know? G-Force racing chair? Yep. It says GT racing on it, I guess. I don't know. I got it a long time ago. It's comfy. It works. It works. Okay. I think we're going to get on out of here. We've been going for 2 hours and 35 minutes. This is one of the longest streams we've had in a long, long time. I appreciate all of you. I would love to go for 3 hours every stream. I would absolutely love to go. Yeah. Bold prediction. Somehow tech returns. That would be awesome. So drop in any of your final predictions before we get on out of here. because I gotta schedule this freaking watch party, and then I gotta go to sleep. I gotta go to sleep. Gotta get some sleep in me. Gotta wake up at 2:45 in the morning. Where did the glow up live stream sign come from? I got that for Christmas actually this year. So if you were here before Christmas this year, I didn't have that sign. It was Christmas this year, right? Yeah. Or maybe it was my birthday last year. I forget. Wait, when did I get that? Who was here before that live stream thing was there? Because this used to be up there. This used to be up there. So it used to be like right there, and the live stream thing wasn't there. Who was? Give me a one into the chat if you were here before when this was up there in the live stream. Do you remember when that was? I forget. But yeah, live stream I got as a gift. As a gift, yeah. Good chairs follow orders. That's true. This is a good chair. I'll be there. Nice. Nap time. So what time is it now? 4:30. So if I went to bed now, I get what, 10 hours? I'll get off stream, probably eat some food, work out maybe, and then go to bed. Sounds good to me. Sounds good to me. This is the way says, you are definitely a guy who loves Star Wars. Have a great day. Thanks. This is the way. I appreciate that. I appreciate you joining the Discord too. If any of you guys aren't in the Discord, join that Discord in the description below or become a member. It's only 99 cents to become a member as well. And we're doing a giveaway for all members at the end of this week, or maybe it's early next week. I forget when, but it's the last stream of the month. Yeah. Star Wars for Life says, "Oh, do Star Wars Santa's prediction game from today's live stream. Join the fun and see if you can get on the Wall of Fame." I have no idea what you're talking about. It's very confusing to me. Maggie says, "May the force be with you all. You are all awesome. Mike, you're the best. Thank you. Welcome to the channel. All hail Chopper. See you at the watch party." I appreciate that, Maggie. I appreciate that. You have a breakdown afterwards? Yes, I do. I'm definitely doing a breakdown for sure. See you at the watch party. All right, I'll see you guys all at the watch party. I'm going to get on out of here. You guys are the absolute best. This was an incredible stream, I must say. We hit over 30 current viewers at the same time for the first time since Ahsoka watch parties, which is really, really cool. So I appreciate all of you. I hope you have a great rest of your evening. If you can't make the watch party, watch out for a breakdown video tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, yeah. And yeah. So smash like on this video if you have not yet. Hit subscribe and hit that bell so you get notified every time I post a video. And my pretty face will show up in the recommended feed of yours. B-Man says, "Do you think it will be a new series? There will be a new series for clones? Maybe. Probably not for clones, but maybe for Omega." All right, I'm going to get on out of here. May the force be with you always. Oh yeah, what a great stream. What a great show. You guys are the absolute best. I appreciate all of you. Of course, we go live every Tuesday and Thursday and Saturday around 2 p.m., if not 4 p.m. So I appreciate all of you guys. I hope you guys come to that watch party. If not, watch the breakdown tomorrow. And if you haven't yet, watch those 2 videos that I posted yesterday and the day before and put in the comment section, "Hey, Mike, nice video. If I could like it twice, I would," or whatever I said earlier with 6.5 exclamation points. Go watch those 2 videos. I appreciate all of you. I hope you have a great rest of your evening, a great rest of your lives, and good night, everybody.